Good evening, everyone. This is the George here with another stream for you guys, and today we are going to be talking about some of the strikes that are going on because these strikes are been going on for a while, and maybe some other movie related topics. Now, before I get into that, just a reminder to please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And just a reminder that due to these strikes, I have been changing up the kind of reviews that I'm doing. I'm doing more older movie reviews, reviewing some of my favorite movie series. That's why I've been doing an Alfred Hitchcock series of reviews. I want to talk about movies that I enjoy. And I will be doing a Karate Kid review series soon as well, at least the original trilogy. Because I also want to talk about older stuff. And one thing I will say about these strikes, I know there's still movies coming out this year that haven't got delayed, and we're going to get into that in this video as well. But one thing I'm going to take advantage of during these strikes is to obviously talk about older content, older kind of movies. So please check those out, especially if you're a fan of older cinema. But with that out of the way, we're going to talk a little bit about these strikes because the writer's strike has been going on for, I'm pretty sure, 4 months now. This started in early May. We are getting into the middle of September. So it's been a little over 4 months. And we are soon going to be entering 2 months of the actor strike. So the actors have been on strike for quite a while as well. And I do want to say hello to the chat. Hey, Sideways, good to see you. I see Donovan Martin has left a lot of comments already. I'm going to try to address some of these as quickly as I can. Yeah, this is definitely going to have a lasting impact on the industry, and there's going to be a lot of productions. I'm going to be talking about that. Don't worry. The Marvel. You know what? At this point, when it comes to Marvel, I still like Marvel, but I don't even know these if they're going to utilize the delays to work things out. Because first of all, you can't write anything right now. No one can write anything. And, Marvel's problems have been going on for a while. Yeah, I know there's stuff on the animation going on. I mean, there's a lot of things, people going on strike. I don't want to get personal with my life, but I know in New York City, the school bus drivers, there's a strike going on with the buses, and schools just began. So that's obviously happening as well. So there's a lot of strikes just going on in general. I know obviously in our community, we talk about these big strikes that are happening. Let's see. Oh, wow, I didn't even know about. I mean, I've heard about this. I didn't know how bad it was, and I mean, when it comes to Aquaman 2, I know there's been issues with the movie. At the same time, I'm gonna be flat out honest. I'm not a big fan of Casey Walsh. I think Casey Walsh. I don't hate the guy, but just like I don't trust those who say the Snyderverse is getting restored. I also don't trust Casey Walsh. I know he doesn't believe it either, but I also think Casey Walsh, he gets very triggered by stuff. In my opinion, he comes across to me as a individual who gets angered really easily, and I don't want to talk badly about him. I just feel like he gets vent up real easily. I know other people, and besides, this isn't the first time that I heard that Warner Brothers doesn't have faith in the movie. I know other people have said, oh, the movie's not really that good to begin with. So he's not the first to report this. He's not going to be the last to report this. But yeah, back to the strikes. So with these strikes that are happening, obviously a large part of this is due to the fact that writers are getting paid unfairly. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, maybe the writers should do a better job of writing. What's up, Anthony Beltry? Because I know some people be like, oh, if the writers do a better job writing, maybe they'll get paid more. It's not just the quality of writing. Like, here's the thing. It doesn't matter how good someone writes a movie and how good someone writes a show or how bad they write stuff. There's been people who, they'll write something good for one movie and then, they'll write something not so good for another movie. So the thing is, it has nothing to do with the quality. It's due to the fact that obviously with streaming, they're not getting the residuals sorry, for streaming. They obviously are not getting paid enough to write this stuff. And the thing is, writers obviously go through a lot of rewrites. It's not just the fact that you're just writing a story. You got to make changes to it. You got to do a first draft. You got to do so many drafts. If you've ever written a paper or any written activity in school, it doesn't have to be writing a story or a script. You obviously know that you got to like put together an outline. You got to put together a draft. You got to put together multiple drafts, and you got the final copy. And then there's obviously reshoots where people add stuff to the script. Reshoots happen months before the movie comes out. So the thing is, what people don't understand is that writers actually put a lot of work into writing this stuff. Whether it's good or bad, they take a lot of time to do it. And understand something. When you rush writing something, you get poor quality stuff. Let's talk about the writer's strike of 2007, 2008, and how that affected movies. Some of the notable casualties of the writer's strike of 2007 and 2008 are Quantum of Solace, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Now, I know Quantum of Solace isn't as bad as Revenge of the Fallen, X-Men Origins Wolverine, but comparing that to Casino Royale, which is the best James Bond movie of all time, and then all of a sudden you come out with something like this, you wonder, like, what the heck happened? X-Men Origins Wolverine. I know X-Men The Last Stand was not the best movie of all time, but you would think, okay, you still got Hugh Jackman. You're doing an X-Men movie. You're focusing on Wolverine, and that was just garbage. And then Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Now, I love the first Transformers movie. They only had, I'm going to look it up real quick, how long it took, but I know they rushed the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen script because of the strike. I'm going to look it up real quick. And even Michael Bay confessed Transformers Revenge of the Fallen was crap, and part of that was due to the strike. Because they rushed this project. Let's see, I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah. Hold on, look at the Wikipedia. I'm gonna look at the chat as well. Yeah, they should have started marketing. And yeah, the movie was dead in the water. Yeah. Oh, it is. It is. Gotta remember, Netflix and streaming wasn't really a thing back then. Like, streaming services were really not a thing. Yeah, look, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen is one of the most disappointing movies of all time for me. Because I'm a Transformer fan. Oh yeah, so according to here, I'll put it up. Actually, what the? I don't know what that was. Oh wait, seriously? Wait, they actually did that? Oh wait, I don't want to share it because I don't want Warner Brothers to go after me. Because I know Warner Brothers is very trigger happy with, on Twitter as well. Okay, I'm not gonna watch it. I just want to see like if this is actually a thing that Anthony Beltry is talking about. Sorry for the interruption. Oh my goodness! So I'm not going to show it, but on Thursday we're going to get a full trailer. So breaking news: on Thursday in 4 days we are going to get an official Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom trailer. So breaking news: it is happening. Thank you, Anthony Beltry, for breaking that. I don't even know. I gotta make Anthony Beltry a mod on this channel. So yeah, I see, Aaron. Yeah, I saw. I'm not showing the thing. Yeah, I'm not. But yeah, no. Anyways, so yeah, that happened. But back to Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen and how that you did. Yo, we got. Oh my goodness. I mean, well, I could talk about this as well on the stream, but I'm gonna bring it up. Let's see. Share screen. Okay, so according to Michael Bay, the writer's strike was coming hard and fast. It was just terrible to do a movie where you got to do a story in 3 weeks. I was prepping for a movie for months where I only had 14 pages of some ideas of what the movie was. It's a BS way to make a movie. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the truth. And you know what? Credit to Michael Bay for basically, you know what, admitting that his movie was crap. And yep, that's true. Thank God Warner Brothers finally listened. Let's see. Anything else? So basically, like they were writing ideas down, but they just kind of jumbled ideas. Yep. And see, that's the thing. That's the thing people don't understand is that these strikes do have an effect, especially if you don't delay your movie, because they wanted this movie to still come out in 2009. Now I know we've seen some things get delayed, but it's also kind of stuff that really doesn't need to be delayed. Those delays are really happening due to the actor strike. For example, Doom Part 2 is getting delayed not because of the writers necessarily. It's due to the fact that the actors cannot promote this stuff while they're on strike. And obviously, when you got a big cast with Doom Part 2, Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Florence Pugh, Austin Butler, I'm pretty sure is in there. When you got like significant people in the movie that, yeah, you want to do press for your movie, of course you're going to delay the movie, especially when it's also competing against the Marvels and Hunger Games Ballad of the Songbirds. That's another thing. I'm wondering what's going to happen with Marvel. Is Marvel going to delay stuff? Now, the Marvels is still scheduled to come out in November. Now, I got concerns about that movie even without the strikes. I'm just saying that right now. I'm curious if Hunger Games will still come out. That I'm very curious about. And that's the one that I'm anticipating more than the Marvels. I know Rachel Zegler has said some dumb stuff recently, but I don't care. I love Hunger Games. I actually like the book Ballad of the Songbirds. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with that. So now, as far as Aquaman goes, it looks like Warner Brothers is just going to let Aquaman come out. They're just going to have it come out. They're going to put the DCU out of its misery. And that's sad to see, especially because the first Aquaman, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I thought it was a solid movie. And you know what? The movie could have probably made not $1 billion, but significant money. But things happen. Obviously, the reboot's happening. So that's another thing. Like, I'm curious what James Gunn and the DCU are gonna do, because Superman Legacy is supposed to start production early 2024. And I know people are saying, oh, maybe the strike will end in the fall, but with how things are looking right now, where the studios are being so stubborn. I think I just heard thunder outside. Okay, I'm not canceling the stream if it's thundering, but I'm gonna keep going. But I might pause it because I might have to close my window. But yeah, back to what's happening. Obviously, we have no idea if stuff's gonna get delayed. There's question marks. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse doesn't even have a release date right now. I guess they're waiting until the strike is done and over with. The strikes. Marvel could probably move their whole slate again. Listen, Thunderbolts is supposed to come out next year around December. Hasn't even started filming yet because it couldn't start production because of the writer's strike. Deadpool 3 was in the middle of filming until the actors went on strike. The only Marvel movie that got done was Captain America Brave World Order, Brave New World. I don't even know what the hell that movie's called now. But yeah, a lot obviously is happening. And I think we're going to start seeing delays, whether it's due to the fact that studios want to wait for the actors to promote their movies, like Dune Part 2, or the fact that movies haven't even started production yet. And it might be smart maybe for Marvel to postpone, because Marvel's obviously going through stuff right now. One day they'll have a good movie like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. One day they'll have a not so good movie like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium. The Marvels, I'm not really high on that movie. Hopefully I'm proven wrong. That can go either way, in my opinion. And the thing is, there's other things that were being worked on before the strike. Apparently, they were working on the story for Tom Holland's fourth Spider-Man movie before the strike happened. And that's a movie that I'm pretty sure Sony and Marvel want to get out in 2025. Because by then it'll be 4 or more than 3 years, depending on if it's coming out in the summer. It'll be like 3 or 4 years since No Way Home came out. So obviously it makes sense that they want to get that movie done right away. Blade, I don't know what's going on with Blade. This movie has gotten delayed so many times. Yeah, Daredevil Born Again has been delayed. I don't know when that's supposed to come out now. Ironheart got delayed. A lot's happening right now. And I don't know if it was before the writer's strike. It might have been after the writer's strike. I think Kang Dynasty got delayed to 2000. I think it was 2026. Yeah, 2026. That can get delayed to either late 2026 or maybe 2027. We may not get Secret Wars until 2030 if things keep up. And I'm not saying I'm hearing this from a scooper or anything. I'm just saying, like, that's a big possibility what's happening. And obviously this is hurting the studios because Warner Brothers is losing money for this. But the thing is, Warner Brothers, let's be clear here, Warner Brothers has not had a good year. Yeah, Barbie made $1 billion worldwide. Congratulations. I thought Barbie was pretty good. But, Carmen? Oh, hello. But obviously, other stuff. Oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. But obviously, with all this happening, who knows when we're going to get some of these Marvel projects. It ain't just like Marvel projects. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2, I think, is being affected by all this. What else is getting affected by this? I'm trying to think like what other movies are being affected. I know independent stuff. So stuff from like A24 and other independent studios. If you're an independent studio, you can keep working. But obviously TV is going to get affected. I think The Last of Us Part 2 is going to get affected. It's such a messy situation right now. And this is happening at a time when theaters are obviously dealing with the fact that we dealt with a bunch of COVID delays. The fact that, theaters were shut down for a while. Now, theaters aren't going to get shut down due to this. And look, companies will probably take gambles and have their stuff still come out. But once we get to that point where movies that were supposed to come out in 2024 are not coming out, are getting delayed, where the possibility that maybe Dune Part 2 can get delayed again, that's when stuff's going to start happening to theaters. And the thing is, stuff is actually looking good in the box office right now with, the Barbenheimer happening, where Oppenheimer's making a ton of money for an R-rated movie. Barbie made $1 billion worldwide. Super Mario Brothers made $1 billion worldwide. The theaters are finally getting back on track. The box office is starting to come back on track. Oh yeah, I was trying to say, besides, even though Barbie made $1 billion worldwide, Warner Brothers lost a ton of money on The Flash, on Shazam, on Blue Beetle. My goodness. And I feel bad because, well, I don't feel bad for Warner Bros. I feel bad for the crew that worked on Blue Beetle because that was like the one DC movie that had like no problematic situations happening, where the actors didn't get into any controversy or trouble, where the consensus based on the reviews was actually pretty positive, not mixed. So I do feel bad for that. And the thing is, I want to see that version of Blue Beetle continue in James Gunn's universe. Yeah, it was. It's just been a really, really off year when it comes to DC in general. Um, Obviously, I know James Gunn. He's still communicating, and look, I'm not worried about James Gunn in Superman Legacy. I think he's gonna make a really good movie. But I'm worried about the other stuff. I'm worried about what's gonna happen. And the thing is, people are waking up. Their eyes are being open. There's no blind loyalty there. People are not acting spoiled and saying, "Yo, actors, writers, stop going on strike. Give me my goddamn movie." No, that's not happening. People are standing in solidarity with the writers and actors, and part of that is actually due to these studios and the heads kind of admitting their greed. I mean, when Bob Iger is making tone deaf comments, I'm gonna find them. Oh yeah, he said like writers and actors were not being realistic with their expectations. It's like you're being tone dead. You're really being tone dead. Oh, Carmine. Oh my. Yeah, we are talking about movies. Yeah, Carmine, we're talking about movies. So I don't know like if you know about the strike. So basically what I'm talking about is there's a strike going on that's delaying movies. I will get in some movie news. I don't know if you watch DC, but apparently Aquaman's gonna have its trailer come out. I don't know if you watch DC movies. I don't know if you watch Aquaman. So basically, Aquaman's trailer's coming out. That's some movie news I will share. And okay, with when it comes to Superman Legacy, sideways, this is what I think is gonna happen. I think right now Superman Legacy is still gonna come out. Oh my god. Oh, oh my goodness. Okay. Something to share. Something to share. So this is my cousin. I'm not saying anything else. He loves my mom's cookies. Oh my goodness. Oh man, in the future, she still makes them. Yeah, yes. She still does make them. She still makes them. Yeah, Bob is out of touch, and Zaslaw as well. Um, okay, back to this though. Back to this. So I think it's gonna keep its release date, but here's the thing. I think Aaron, Aaron, don't encourage my cousin. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Aaron. Well, tell Angie and I said hi, Carmine. I didn't even know you were on her account. Hi, Aunt Jean. Hope all's well with you guys. Okay, this stream has gone off the rails in a way I wasn't expecting, and I'm all alone right now. I don't even have guests on right now. Oh, I didn't know she was visiting. Yeah, tell her I said hi, and tell your brothers and tell your brothers and your mom I said hi as well. It's been a while since I heard from you guys. Joe's here too. He's on the stream. Okay. I'm not going to make this too much of a family affair. But yeah, no. Hey, Joe. Hope you're doing good, buddy. But okay. So I think Superman Legacy is going to get delayed to later 2025. And by the way, people in the stream, watch your language. I mean it. Seriously, watch your language. So tell your friend, yeah, I'm becoming famous. So, anyways, Superman Legacy I think would get delayed to later 2025, which means I think the Batman Part 2 can get delayed to 2026. But here's the thing, I also see James Gunn. James Gunn's one of those people that I can see making doing all he can to make movies so much better, to do all he can to make sure the movie turns out great, especially a project like Superman. He's very passionate about Superman. And I think I can see him saying, hey, we'll delay to 2026 if we have to. The thing is, here's the interesting thing. No other DC project in the DCU has a release date besides Superman Legacy. Now, Creature Commando is supposed to come out in 2024. And here's the thing. Batman Part 2 could also get delayed, not just because of stuff with the Batman getting delayed. But yeah, Sideways brought it up. My man Sideways right here brought it up. Penguin was still filming, and it got on hold. And Penguin's obviously going to be very important before the Batman Part 2. And by the way, speaking of tone deaf comments, David Zaslav basically said we need to utilize Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter more. How about this? Let's leave the projects alone. Leave the projects alone, guys, because these projects, not everything needs to expand like Marvel. I'm going to say this. I preferred Star Wars when Star Wars didn't have a series every few months. It didn't need a series every few months. But now we got Ahsoka, we got Obi-Wan, we got like Andor. And look, I'm not saying this stuff is bad, but I'm just saying Star Wars has kind of lost its magic with so much happening. It's kind of like Marvel. I didn't mind having 3 Marvel movies a year, but obviously due to COVID's part of the reason. But another thing to understand is that when you got so many shows happening and the shows aren't concluding that well, some of the shows are forgettable. I'll be honest, I liked the first 4 Marvel shows a lot. I liked WandaVision. I did like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I liked Loki a lot. I liked Hawkeye. Moon Knight I really didn't care for. Miss Marvel started out promising, didn't end that well. Yeah, apparently the voice actors, I think, got the authorization to strike. Or something like that. I think they got the right to strike. And by the way, Carmine, if you were still watching, we were talking about Transformers before because this strike did affect a Transformer movie. So Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, I don't know, I remember when I used to bring my Transformers when I went to visit you guys. A lot of my toys were from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. So we were talking about how that made that movie not that good anymore, not that good. So yeah, even though I got cool toys from it, I got good toys to share with you guys. Movie wasn't that good. At the time, I thought it was really good, but then again, I wasn't really a bright kid back then. I mean, nowadays I'm a lot smarter when it comes to approaching movies. Yeah, I had a lot. I had a lot of Transformers. I still have a lot of them. But yeah, I got a lot from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. That's the one thing I'll say about that movie. It had a really good toy line. A really good toy line. But yeah, because of how that affected that movie, people when the strikes basically affect the quality of movies. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen you guys too. I'm still holding you guys. No, hey, look, I'm still young. Listen, I'm just gonna say this. At work, I am one of the oldest people at work, and yet people still say I look like I'm 20. So you know what? I am glad that I don't care if I am getting old. I am still young. I wasn't that impressed with Dark of the Moon, if I'm gonna be honest. Sideways, I was not that impressed with Dark of the Moon. I bought some toys. I like I like Shockwave toy. I like the Wreckers. Some of the other stuff I wasn't all that crazy about. And as far as anything else goes with the strike, anything else I want to hit before I get into more movie topics? No, Jeffrey, I have not seen The Nun 2. First of all, I have not seen the first Nun movie. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I want to see The Nun. Look, I love horror movies. When Halloween comes along, I'm going to be reviewing some more horror stuff. Expect some more Scream movies talked about on this channel. But The Nun, there's just something about The Nun that just freaks me out. Jeffrey Miller, have you seen The Nun? Tell me what you think about it, Jeffrey. No, I do not play Roblox. See, that's a. I heard it's good. Yeah, I heard it was a good movie. Hey, watch what you say, kid. I'm just kidding. I have. Oh yeah, low expectations. Here's the thing. I saw a trailer for it. So on cinema day. No, you're all good. I'm kidding. Don't worry. I'm not strict on that stuff. I'm not strict on that stuff. But anyways, when I saw the Nun trailer, I was watching Vertigo at the Alamo. So the old Alfred Hitchcock movie Vertigo. It was cinema day. Paid $4 to go see Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo on the big screen. A trailer for The Nun came on. It freaked me out. It freaked me out. Like, I had a little jump scare. I don't know what's the next movie I'm going to see. Maybe I'm going to go see... I think I'm going to see that movie from the Rogue One director. I think it's called The Creator. That looks really good. I want to see good sci-fi. Killers of the Flower Moon from Martin Scorsese I want to see. The Marvels I'm probably going to go see. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint. I'm going to see Hunger Games Battle of the Songbirds. I might see Wonka. Wonka looks like it's promising. And I'll see Aquaman, and we can put the DCEU out of its misery. So, I have not seen The Nun Part 2. See, I don't know if any of my friends want to go see that. That's the thing. I know one of my friends wants to see Killers of the Flower Moon. It just stinks with these strikes because on one hand, yeah, I want to see these movies. I would love to see Beyond the Spider-Verse. That cliffhanger makes me want to go see Beyond the Spider-Verse right away. Same thing with Dead Reckoning Part 2. I want to see that right away. But at the same time, I want actors and writers, human beings, to get what they need. Here's a reminder for people who say, oh, the actors, they get a ton of money. Who cares about them? They're rich Hollywood celebrities. Who cares what they think? Who cares what they want? Yeah, not all actors are rich Hollywood celebrities. Not everyone's Tom Cruise. Not everyone's Zendaya. Not everyone's Robert Downey Jr. I mean, look at some of the actors from the Clerks movies. Guys like Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson that only appear in Kevin Smith movies. They don't do a lot of acting jobs. They don't get paid as much as some of these other actors do. Yeah, same here. Same here, Sideways. So it's like, you gotta remember, a lot of the members of SAG, they're not exactly household names. I mean, let's be frank here. The president of the Actors Union is Fran Drescher, who was the nanny. Now, don't get me wrong, Fran Drescher's hilarious, and I love watching The Nanny growing up. But but she doesn't really have a lot of acting jobs right now, as far as I know. I don't know if she's in any projects. So obviously, like, yeah, remember, we're representing not like the big name actors. We're representing the smaller actors, the people who are trying to get in. Chris Stuckman, if you watch Chris Stuckman makes a perfect example. And I actually explained this to my supervisor. I was telling him that, put to you this way, if you used AI for or the utilization of AI. So the issue is that when you capture someone's likeness, they own that likeness and they can use that likeness without consent. So in other words, if they use the Ben Affleck Matt Damon thing where like you take their likeness from the first time they appeared in the movie, guess what? That means they can use that likeness for anything. The likeness of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck could be in anything without their consent. And it would be hard for them to get jobs. There's a lot of struggling actors out there. Look, it's a hard business to get into. Look, I'm not an actor. I don't know anything about acting. Why are you talking about Mr. Beast, Carmine? I'm not an actor. I don't know the business of acting. But what I do know is there's tryouts. So no matter how promising your tryout is, there's a good chance you're going to get snubbed. You gotta remember, a lot of people tried out for Spider-Man, not just Tom Holland. Some talented actors, young actors, did get passed on for the role. A lot of people also tried out for Spider-Man before Andrew Garfield got the role. A lot of actors are considered for roles that don't get the part. A lot of people were considered to play Joker in Batman '89. Actors like Willem Dafoe, Robin Williams, before Jack Nicholson got the role. You're always you're gonna get snubbed, and it gets even harder when you're trying to break out. It's really hard. Hey, good luck, Sideways. Hey, you know what? Good luck, Sideways. Do you do any plays or anything? I'm really curious. Have you done any drama productions or plays? I actually have a friend from work that I know he's done some plays. He actually did a play last year that it was like a Harry Potter themed play, and I'm so annoyed that I never got to see it. But yeah, it was apparently very entertaining. But yeah, a lot of stuff's just it's sad what's happening. And the thing is, I think people are opening their eyes and seeing just how bad some of these companies are. And as far as Bob Iger goes, let's be honest. We saw this man as a hero coming back last year because we were tired of Bob Chapek opening his mouth, decisions that are being made under Bob Chapek. And look, I know Disney movies were hit or misses when Bob Chapek came into power. We saw Bob Iger as a savior because you know what? Bob Iger came in at a time when people were sick and tired of Michael Eisner. But you know what? Here's the thing. Bob Iger started off like Michael Eisner. Bob Iger came in as the savior of Disney like Michael Eisner did. Michael Eisner came in and got Disney out of the dark ages, and the Disney Renaissance happened. The early days of Pixar movies happened, like Toy Story, Bugs Life, Monsters, Inc., Finding Nemo, The Incredibles. And you know what? Obviously, in the days of Bob Iger, those first years, Disney animation was climbing back up. Pixar was making quality movies. You purchased Marvel. The Avengers happened. Guardians of the Galaxy happened. Like you get Star Wars, you get Lucasfilm. Oh, congratulations. Good luck with it. But then at a certain point, you kind of peak. You hit your peak. And now you're making bad decisions or you look like you're out of touch. It was kind of the same thing with Michael Eisner in that case. Animation was still good in the 2000s. Emperor's New Groove, Lilo and Stitch. Obviously not quite up there with the Renaissance, though. But here's the thing to understand. Michael Eisner screwed up with the parks. How many times did Michael Eisner say, we're gonna make a theme park ride at Disney World that's going to be revolutionary, that's going to change the dynamic of the park, and nothing came out? Look up Animal Kingdom in the Mythical Beastland. Oh, that's neat. Good work, Sideways. Nice. Now, in this case with Bob Iger, things haven't really changed. And I know people are saying, well, things aren't just going to change right away, but it's like things haven't gotten much better. Now there's rumors he might sell off to Apple. Disney getting sold off to Apple. I don't know what's going on. I don't know know exactly what his mindset is. If his ego has taken over, if he just doesn't know what the heck he is doing because so much damage has happened already. It's disappointing. But then again, in the words of Harvey Dent from The Dark Knight, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Now, obviously, like in this case, it's like, Bob Iger should have just, walked away when he did, with his legacy still intact as the guy that gave so many billion-dollar movies in 2019. I think 9 out of 10 of them, not, I gotta look this up. I'm pretty sure it was 9 movies in 2019 on Disney that made over $1 billion worldwide. It was either 8 or 9. Okay, so I guess 7 if you can, because Spider-Man: Far From Home was technically distributed by Sony, but 7 other movies made $1 billion in 2019 from Disney. The only 2 that were not Disney movies, and can we really consider Spider-Man: Far From Home because Disney co-distributes it with Sony, even though Sony's the main distributor? The only other movie that was not a Disney movie was Joker. So, again, a lot has changed since then. 2020, we hit COVID, but I also got to remember, I think it was the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, that's when Bob Iger stepped down. You know what? I think we were celebrating Bob Iger because Bob Iger had finally was leaving on a high note. And I know there was skepticism with Bob Chapek, and myself included. But now, he's come back. People were like, "Oh, great, Disney's gonna be saved," and now we all don't like Bob Iger anymore. The thing, and then the thing is, when he's making these tone deaf comments about actors and writers having unrealistic expectations, he gets paid so much money up until 2026. That's just crazy. That's crazy that he's making a ton of money. The people like Bob Iger and David Zaslav, to me, are tone deaf. They are out of touch. And it's like they prioritize money instead of quality, it feels like, all of a sudden. I mean, I keep hearing David Zaslav saying, we're not utilizing Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings all that much. I'm like, wait, hold on. Harry Potter? Didn't we just have Fantastic Beasts movies come out in the last 7 years from Harry Potter? Didn't we just get a new video game? Wizarding World video game? Didn't you just announce earlier this year you're going to have a Harry Potter show on HBO Max or Max, whatever it's called now? Not Movie Madness Entertainment Max. I'm talking about Max from HBO. You just said you're going to have a Harry Potter show. Lord of the Rings. We just had Hobbit movies come out 10 years ago. I know Amazon's doing the Rings of Power show. And you know what? Maybe that could have been your thing. I don't know how Amazon got the rights to that and how you didn't, but obviously these products are these IPs are being utilized. But how much more can you utilize them? I really don't want to see a Harry Potter and the Cursed Child movie. I'm just going to be flat out honest. I'm not a big fan of the story of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I think it was fanfic written by J.K. Rowling. That I get it. It's a play. It's a screenplay. But when you say this is canon, I'm sorry. That's not my headcanon. It just doesn't make sense. And it negates everything else that we know from the books. I mean, the Time Turner thing. Also, Snape plays a big role in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Who are you going to get to replace Snape? In that universe, if you're bringing back older Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson to play Harry, Ron, Hermione, no one can play Alan Rickman in that Harry Potter movie universe. No one can replace Alan Rickman. Yeah, it's like a tie right now for tone deaf comments. I just don't understand. I really don't. I don't know if there's anything else about the strike to address. Kind of hard when there's no when by myself, but well, I'm gonna keep on going. Okay, I know. So apparently, the Writers Guild is open to negotiating with studios individually, but apparently the studios they're like together, like we're a team, we're together. I feel like someone might crack though. I know people say it's not gonna happen. I think a studio that is desperate will crack. Now, some people could think it might be Warner Brothers. I don't know because David Zaslav is tone deaf himself. David Zaslav and Bob Iger are not going to crack. They're not going to give in. I can see someone from one of the other studios possibly cracking. It would be funny to see David Zaslav and Bob Iger crack because their egos are just so big. But I don't know. And then the thing is, even if the writer's strike gets handled right away, we're still 2 months into the actor strike, and I don't know how long that's going to take. I think at this point, we're getting into the continuous negotiation phase of the writer's strike where talks are happening. I'm not saying that's progress, but I think we're out of the stage where things are no longer getting worse before they get better. Or at least we're starting to lean away from that. I honestly have no idea though. I'm really hoping that things do get better though. Because I don't know if you remember, I think it was back in July, I think, that something came out where the studios were hoping that the writers would crack because some of them could lose their homes, some of them can lose their way of living. Now, to me, that's just inhumane and horrible. I don't know how anyone can support that idea. Me, I think I don't think that's something you should do because it goes back to what I was saying about not everyone gets paid the same way. Not everyone gets the big Hollywood money. I'm gonna see if there's any other articles to address. Oh yeah, so there is something happening with the Drew Barrymore show. I don't watch this show, but I think this is kind of something interesting to bring up because there are a few that obviously are trying to skid their way. Apparently, the there's some actors that want to promote their stuff. Drew Barrymore is going to do it is going to have her show return. So I'm going to bring up the article. I don't know if anyone here watches the Drew Barrymore show. I don't, but I'm going to bring it up. So, Drew Barrymore announces talk show return amid strikes, says it will comply with the Writers Guild Association and SAG strike rules. I own this choice. The actress explained the fourth season of the show will abide by the rules of the writers and actors strike in not promoting stuck work. However, the WGA notes argue that the Drew Barrymore show is a stuck show and it plans to pick it outside its studio this week. So we know the Drew Barrymore show will be returning to TV screens sooner than expected amid the writers and actors strike, even as the WGA says it'll picket the show's studios Monday and Tuesday as a result. Oh my goodness. You know what? I can see them being cringe. Although nothing can be as cringe as watching The View. um In a lengthy Instagram post, Drew Barrymore announced that her daytime talk show would begin its fourth season soon, in accordance with the rules of the Writers Guild of America and SAG after strikes. However, a spokesperson for the Writers Guild told the Hollywood Reporter that Drew is a struck show, and union members are set to picket outside of Barrymore Studios on Monday and Tuesday in New York City. Oof. It has stayed off the air since the strike began on May 2nd, but has now unfortunately decided to return without its writers. The spokesperson said in the statement, "The Guild has and will continue to picket any struck show that continues production for the duration of the strike." Drew plans to premiere its fourth season September 18th, so that's next week. It's understood that Drew is a signatory to WGA, and that the show will be produced without literacy material, similar to ABC's The View. The Drew Barrymore Show will not be performing any writing work covered by WGA strike, a CBS Media Ventures spokesperson told The Hollywood Reporter. Barrymore began her Instagram post by referring to her decision to walk away from hosting the MTV Film and TV Awards in May in solidarity with the actors who had just gone on strike. It had a direct conflict with what the strike was dealing with studios, streamers, film, and television, she wrote in the post and caption. It was also in the first week of the strike, and so I did what I thought was the appropriate thing at the time to stand in solidarity with the writers. She pointed out that season 3 of her show had wrapped prior to the strike, so they never had to shut it down, but she's making another conscious choice now to return to work amid both the writers and actor strikes because the show is bigger than just me. I own this choice, Barrymore continued. We are in compliance with not discussing or promoting film and television that is struck on any level. We launched live in a global pandemic. Our show was built for sensitive times and has only functioned through what the real world is going through in real time. The host explained her desire to return to the talk show stemmed from wanting to provide work for writers and entertainment for viewers at a difficult time. I want to be there to provide what writers do so well, which is a way to bring us together, help us make sense of the human experience, she concluded. I hope for a resolve for everyone as soon as possible. We have navigated difficult times since we first came on air, and so I take a step forward to start season 4 once again with an astute humility. Okay, so per Writers Guild Association strike rules, both daytime talk shows are allowed to continue to run because a lot of them do not employ writers who are part of the union. 2 exceptions include the Drew Barrymore Show and the Talk, which went dark at the start of the strike and continue to play reruns, as do late night talk shows. Other daytime shows that are also airing include Tamron Hall and Live with Kelly and Mark. By the way, Kelly and Mark has gone downhill since Ryan Seacrest left. Not sorry for saying that. Okay. While Drew will begin its new season, contrary to the WGA, actors who appear as guests will have to abide by SAG after strike rules. That is annoying me. Which include not discussing or promoting any struck work. According to a press release, the new season will feature a new face, celebrity hairstylist Chris Appleton, who will join the show's team of lifestyle experts, including news co-hosts, including news co-anchor Ross Matthews, and interior design Michael Welsh, chef Pilar Valdes, and sustainable living guru Danny So. The show will also launched a new segment, Take Care Everywhere, with the Menopause Bootcamp founder, Dr. Suzanne Gilbert-Lenz, and bring other segments, including Drew Gooders, designed by Drew, and Cookbook Club. Okay, I don't really care about all this other stuff. So this was the post that she made. And that's basically it. So obviously there's still some tension building up. And I think we are going to reach a boiling point where I think people are going to start slipping. The cracks are going to start forming. I hate that this stuff is happening, though. I really do. I'm looking to see if there's any other stuff. If anyone's heard anything, you can let me know in the chat. Anything else is happening with the strike? Otherwise, maybe I'll start going to some movie news or see if there's any movie news to talk about. Okay, I'm going to take a break from talking about the writer's strike. So back to obviously Aquaman. Aquaman's going to have its trailer finally on Thursday. It's as if they heard people complaining on Twitter. People complaining about the fact that there's no word of Aquaman. What's going on with Aquaman? There's obviously been some Marvel scoops. I don't like covering scoops because I don't really believe some of them. There was one from Daniel Reichman yesterday. I'm actually going to share it to show proof. I'm going to look it up. I was actually talking to a few friends about this. Well, he has a scoop about Daniel Radcliffe being in Deadpool 3. So I'm going to put that scoop up. Are they trying to make fun of? Are they going to bring Daniel Radcliffe in just to mock the fan casting of Daniel Radcliffe being Wolverine in the MCU? Like, you guys remember when people were saying, "Oh, Daniel Radcliffe should play Wolverine in the MCU." So yeah, there it is. I hate Scooper Wars. I freaking hate it. I wonder if Grace Randolph blocked me. I haven't seen any posts from Grace Randolph in a while. I tell you, the nonsense that comes out of her mouth in my time to shine, hello, just baffles me at times. It really does. But yeah, I'm going to see. Is there anything else? Okay, so apparently the costume designer for Doctor Strange 2 said Spider-Man was supposed to appear in the film. COVID shook it all up. Oh, that's interesting. Stan Reichman also shared the thing about Warner Brothers having no faith. Oh wait, they're using Casey Walsh's thing. I'm just very iffy on Casey Walsh. I know people like him. I'm very iffy on this guy. I really am. Like, I don't know. There's just something that's. So obviously, COVID apparently prevented. Oh wait, what the? So Daniel Reichman says pizza time with Deadpool 3. Now we know pizza time. Oh, don't tell. You know what? The thing is, Daniel Reichman. Here's the thing. I like Daniel Reichman. I honestly do. He's actually one of the few scoopers I kind of trust. He's also known for getting stuff wrong, but here's the thing. He will also admit when he gets stuff wrong. He will admit when he gets stuff wrong. So I will give him benefit of the doubt. See, the thing is, we all know Deadpool 3 is going to be a multiverse movie at this point. It's basically just screaming it at our faces without saying it. It's a multiverse movie. It's probably going to be one of the key movies to come out before Kang Dynasty. Fair enough. Fair enough. He did. Here's the thing. Daniel Reichman got a lot of stuff with No Way Home right. I think the one thing he definitely got wrong was Rhino, Paul Giamatti's Rhino being in No Way Home. That's the one thing I remember he got wrong. He might have gotten some other stuff wrong. Let's see, Daniel Ruckman sharing any other scoops? Oh, so this was the one I was referring to. So apparently, Alfonso Cuarón, who's known for directing Gravity and one of my favorite Harry Potter movies of all time, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, he's on the radar to possibly direct Avengers: Secret Wars. Look, Alfonso Cuarón's a great director, but he has not directed a Marvel movie before. I more so would believe the rumors of Sam Raimi, because Sam Raimi's got experience with not just comic book movies, but the multiverse after Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So I'm not too sure about this. Like, are you really going to get someone who hasn't directed a Marvel movie yet? Unless, like, Alfonso Cuarón is announced to be a director of an upcoming Marvel movie that's coming out before Secret Wars. Maybe Alfonso Cuarón will direct Spider-Man 4 for Tom Holland. I mean, they haven't said if John Watts is coming back to direct. They said they want to get John Watts back, but I think John Watts wants a break from superhero movies. That's why he left Fantastic Four. See, the thing is, I think scoopers are going to become a nightmare when the writer strike is over. I think it's going to be a nightmare. That I believe. I don't believe this as well, because Alfonso Cuarón's a great director. You know, Prisoner of Azkaban is my second favorite Harry Potter movie. It's one of the best Harry Potter movies. But unless Alfonso Cuarón's directing a Marvel movie or a couple of Marvel movies before Secret War comes out, it don't make sense to get him. I don't know. Look, I wouldn't mind John Watts coming back. At the same time, I feel like, new trilogy means new beginning for Peter Parker, especially since he's been forgotten by the universe. So, I mean, I'm open to the idea of someone else directing it. I wouldn't mind John Watts coming back, but I think if you're going to go in a different direction, you're entering the college years or his adult years, because whenever this movie comes out, probably 2025, as long as the strike doesn't keep going on into 2024. Obviously, there's going to be a big time gap, probably like a 3-year time gap from after No Way Home, probably. I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't be opposed to Watts coming back, but I think someone else new. I wouldn't mind seeing someone new in the director's seat. I think that would be an okay thing. The thing is, here's the thing. When it comes to scoops, here's the thing. There's a scooper out there called Marvel Updates that just says random stuff all of a sudden. I'm going to find some of the stuff that this person says. I don't know. I love Jon Favreau. Iron Man 2 I was not impressed with, even though I love the first Iron Man. I don't think he would be opposed to still being involved in Spider-Man, though. That's probably his way of still being involved in Spider-Man. So I'm actually going to find this Marvel Updates account, because this account, for some reason, they know the plot of the movies right away. Okay, so this is... So this is one of the things Marvel Update says. So Spider-Man will not appear in Daredevil Born Again. I believe that. I don't think he's going to appear in Daredevil Born Again. I think Sony's going to... Sony wants Spider-Man to cross over into Marvel shows. I think they'd rather keep Spider-Man in the Marvel movies that they think are going to be big, like Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. But apparently he will be mentioned by Kingpin during his speech as mayor of New York. Nah, this sounds believable, because, look, they will mention Spider-Man when Spider-Man's not there. I mean, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness did address Spider-Man. So, though obviously they will mention other heroes. They will mention Spider-Man. But it's like, how do you know this? Like, I have not seen any scooper that's more credible mention this. I'm going to find another one because I think this account is sometimes full of it at times. Now, here's another one. I've heard this one so many times when it comes to Ironheart. Like in the comics, Tony Stark will return as an AI in Armor Wars. Wait, what? I'm pretty sure Robert Downey Jr. is done with the MCU. The only way I can see Robert Downey Jr. coming back is if they had something for him in King Dynasty or Secret Wars. I don't believe this one. This one seems a bit too outlandish. Okay, this is one I've heard several times I'm going to share. Yes, thank you, Anthony Beltry. The account is full. Well, I don't know if my cousins are still watching, so I'm not going to repeat. But yeah, no, this account is full of it. That I agree. It's full of garbage. I'll say that. It's full of garbage. Now, here's the next one that they say. MJ will continue to be the main love interest of Peter in Spider-Man 4. How do we know that? How the heck do we know that? Nothing's been confirmed that Zendaya is returning for Spider-Man 4. You don't know that. And I think I've heard this account say something about MJ as well. Saying how MJ is going to all of a sudden remember Peter Parker during Spider-Man 4. How do you know that? How do we know that? I think there's something else about Spider-Man that this account said. I'm going to keep scrolling to find it. I'm looking for all these outlandish claims that this account likes to make. Okay, here's the other Spider-Man one. I was actually telling my friends this yesterday. Kingpin, Scorpion, Prowler, and Mr. Negative will be the main villains of Spider-Man 4. Like, okay, Scorpion I can believe. Maybe Prowler after the after that Across the Spider-Verse cameo. Possibly Kingpin. Mr. Negative though, I don't know about this one. First of all, you got like 4 villains right here. I mean, I know Tom Holland has said like he's all in for the next Spider-Man movie as long as they have like a fantastic story. Yeah, Donovan. I agree. The thing is, it's just like the thing is, how do you know about movies that don't even have release dates yet? This movie don't have a release date yet. I know that I think they're trying to go for a 2025 release date if the strikes end before 2024. But still, it's like we don't know who's been confirmed to return. They don't even have a director. They say they were working on writing this movie until the strike began. Once that happened, they paused. For goodness sakes, how is it that we're getting more scoops about movies that don't even have release dates yet, that aren't even done writing, than we do for Superman Legacy? I mean, obviously, James Gunn's going to probably hide away all the DC scoops. I mean, he's known for debunking them. He's made Grace Randolph look like a fool. But, oh my goodness. This account knows about movies that don't have release dates yet, that haven't even been written yet. Please don't trust this account, guys. Please don't. Oh my! And here's a crazy one that I just found. Oh wait, I got some people in here. I got DL and I got Blue Jay.
Oh wow, we came at the same time.
We came at the same time.
So I mean, obviously, I'll hear your guys' thoughts on the strikes, but I'm kind of debunking Marvel Updates scoops. I don't know if you guys were seeing the scoops that I was sharing.
Saw a little bit of it.
Like, apparently, Marvel Updates knows the plot of Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland already.
Even though the movie that's not even written yet?
It's not even...
Yeah, a movie that's still being written. That's not doesn't even have a release date. So the scoops are that. So one of the scoops was that the villains are going to be Scorpion, Mister Negative, Prowler, and Kingpin.
Oh my god, it's a lot.
The other scoop is that MJ's still gonna be the love interest and she's gonna get her memories back. And I'm thinking to myself, has Zendaya confirmed that she's returning?
I didn't see anything.
What's
No,
the
like
account's name again?
what?
What's the account's name again?
Marvel update. So I'm gonna share it because I was actually gonna share the next scoop before I saw you guys in the backstage.
Marvel.
So the next scoop is that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will return as Spider-Man and Madam Web, and their appearance will be similar to that in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh my god.
Oh man, let me I'm gonna okay, there we go. I'm going up to my I'm about to quote tweet these people real quick.
Like I barely believe if they'll even show up in Beyond the Spider-Verse. They could, but like I'll believe that before this Madam Web garbage. Like no, just no.
And it's like it's crazy because like people will buy into this stuff. Like here's the thing: I start off by sharing what sounds like a possibly realistic scoop that Spider-Man won't be in Daredevil Born Again, but might be mentioned in a speech made by Kingpin as he runs for mayor. I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's kind of realistic. I mean, they mentioned Spider-Man and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, so like you can mention Spider-Man and not have him appear.
Sure, I guess.
But it's like then like I'm trying to find the other bizarre ones that I was sharing. I'm trying to see which other ones were kind of outlandish. Oh yeah, well also I was talking about Daniel Reichman says Alfonso Cuarón might direct Secret Wars.
Alfonso
Cuarón.
Yeah. So Alfonso Cuarón directed Prisoner of Azkaban.
Prisoner of Azkaban, yeah.
The more artsy Harry Potter movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Prisoner of Azkaban, but it's like unless he directs a Marvel movie before Secret Wars comes out, I'd rather someone that's got Marvel experience direct.
I mean, I'm not really too worried about that because Marvel will put him up, will bring him up to date. Like, do you remember when they were getting James Gunn for Guardians of the Galaxy and John Kemp asked Kevin Feige, "Why did you get James Gunn? He hasn't done superhero stuff before." And he said, "A good storyteller is a good storyteller."
Oh, so, that's a good point. I mean, look, Alfonso Cuarón's made fantastic movies. As I just said, I love Prisoner of Azkaban, even though it differentiates from one of my favorite books.
Yeah, I feel like Prisoner of Azkaban gets a little overhyped. I think it's the best directed film of the franchise as far as the cinematography and the camera stuff. Like it is beautiful, gorgeous. But yeah, you're right. It does deviate quite a bit from the original book.
But you know what? If I'm gonna have a Harry Potter director come in, I'd rather have him or Chris Columbus and not Mike Newell.
He did Goblet of Fire, right?
Yes, he made Dumbledore into an angry old man instead of a calm man.
And please don't get David Yates. Please don't.
Because no David Yates either. Because David Yates is a roller coaster for me. Yeah, I like some of his Harry Potter stuff, but then two of his movies are two of my least favorite Harry Potter movies that are not Fantastic Beasts movies.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, here's the thing. As I've gotten older, I've appreciated Chris Columbus's movies a lot more.
Me too.
And have kind of not been a big fan of some of David Yates' movies.
Yeah, I mean, I've said before that Sorcerer's Stone is still my favorite Harry Potter film. Even though I do enjoy the other ones for different reasons, but as far as overall enjoyment of a film, as someone who came into that movie not knowing much about the books and still enjoying the movie from start to finish and not being confused about what's going on, and as far as it's such a feel good movie too. It's like overall just like what Chris Columbus did with the first two movies, like I think it's still very, very good to this day, before they started getting really dark and depressing after that.
Yeah. I mean, I love Prisoner of Azkaban and Goblet of Fire, but it's like After Goblet of Fire, I don't know. It felt like Yates. I don't know. Something happened with David Yates' style that just never clicked. I mean, I still like the movies, but they don't. I don't rewatch them as much as I like to rewatch the first four.
I think the only great movies he's done with Harry Potter was Order of the Phoenix and Deathly Hallows Part Two.
Yes, thank you. Those are my two favorites from him. I love Deathly Hallows Part 2. I love Order of the Phoenix because he cut out a lot of unnecessary stuff from the movie and actually made Harry and Sirius's bond a lot better.
Yes. And I get a lot of heat from the Potterheads saying that I actually think he did a better adaptation in the book. That doesn't happen a lot. Like, yeah, because like reading Order of the Phoenix, it was hard to get through. But like, yeah, as you said, he cut out all the fluff and the unnecessary stuff and straightened the relationship with Harry and Sirius. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
Oh, and Aaron's here. Oh, guys, can you guys talk for a little bit while I close my windows because it's thundering out. So I'm gonna mute real quick.
Oh yeah, sure. We were talking about the rumored directors of Secret Wars, and one of them was Alfonso Cuarón, who did Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I
George mentioned that to me yesterday, privately.
was okay. So I was tweeting. I was
Yeah.
tweeting a lot. So I was like, I quote tweeted the someone said like Spider-Man will not appear in Daredevil Born Again. I was like, wait, when is he ever going to be? But he will be mentioned by Kingpin during his speech as mayor of New York City. I'm like, wait, are you telling me Peter
Yeah,
Parker?
did they ever say that he was going to?
I don't know.
No,
But here's the
This
thing: the
is
show is
true.
delayed because of the strike.
definitely.
Yeah.
And also I quote tweeted. I pulled.
Indefinitely.
It was a tweet from 5 days ago saying there was a project called Midnight Angels. It would be a series with Okoye and Anika.
That's been rumored for like 2 or 3 years, and it's not even confirmed. Like they never even confirmed it.
But I
No.
quote tweeted them saying, I quote him from the clip from Venom saying, "What's your source? What's your source?"
No,
Eddie?
I heard that. Like I heard that Black Panther Wakanda rumor for like 2 or 3 years.
I always pull that up. Like, what's your source? What's your source, Eddie?
Yeah.
Where's your source at?
Here's the thing with the Marvel stuff. How these people know? How these people knew it's comparing Deadpool when the film was only half finished, according to the director. How do they know?
Aaron, before you showed up, before D. Allen and Blue Jay were here, I was actually talking about them. They know the plot of Spider-Man 4 when it's still being written. They know who the villains are. They know that MJ's gonna return, even though Zendaya hasn't said she's returning.
Yeah, only Tom Holland's pretty much the one returning. He pretty much said that when he said, "Yeah, like that's he's the only one." Like, and I'm Degrassi's not in the chat because he's on kind of vacation. But he told me privately, these scoopers, how do they know this stuff if they're on strike?
Exactly. That's what I just said. That's why I said as well. I think scoops are gonna pick up steam once the
They're getting so ridiculous. The show getting so ridiculous that now all of a sudden Jake Gyllenhaal is in the running for Reed Richards. And I'm like, dude, he was Mysterio. And don't give me that crap that in the MCU there's sometimes two actors play an actor played two different characters. The most notably was Gemma Chan, who played Cersei and it was that Kree creature in Captain Marvel. But the difference was nobody recognized her. Nobody recognized her in Captain Marvel though. That's why he got away with it. You can't do that with Jake Gyllenhaal.
And also, she played a minor character in that movie.
Yeah, don't forget about Michelle Yeoh playing that random alien in Guardians, and then being in.
She was there for she was there in Guardians for 2 minutes. That's it.
Not even that, but yeah.
It's like, you gotta remember, Jake Gyllenhaal played the guy that basically ruined Peter Parker's life.
Yeah, how obvious this can people are not dumb to see the Marvel movies. How obvious that be? Like, wait, Mysterio was Reed Richards the whole time?
And it's like all of a sudden Peter Parker's getting hang out with the Fantastic Four, and Peter Parker be like, "You look like someone I know that haunts my dreams."
We need more people like James Gunn who just wants to debunk all the scoops and stuff.
Yeah, there is a teaser for Aquaman. By the way, guys, but obviously,
what teaser for Aquaman?
There is a teaser for Aquaman.
They're teasing for the trailer. We have a trailer date.
So on Thursday, the trailer is finally going to come out after we've been complaining all day that there's no
The teaser
trailer.
looked pretty good though. I think the teaser actually pretty looked good for the 30 seconds.
looks
It
looks
actually
really
looked that
looks. I was like,
gotta look at
okay. I mean, you caught my attention. I was kind of like, I don't know about this movie, but well, you showed me some cool shit. Like, you know what? You kind of brought me back in. Hopefully, hoping. I'm kind of hoping this is at least good.
You should see
I
our
mean-
buddy
I mean-
back. You should see Max's stream today, and all of a sudden the teaser.
Oh my
you-
goodness.
and all of a
Yo,
sudden,
by the
Baba
way-
Guar teaser drops.
By the way, I had to say it yesterday in Max's chat. He
Oh,
looks like Dante from Clerks. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
he does.
When he's got that background with all those blockbuster background. I know Clerks, they didn't have a blockbuster, but they had a video rental store, and he's wearing a uniform that looks like the movies quick stop uniforms from Clerks 2 and 3.
He looks
Yeah,
like a
he looks like Dante.
He does. He
I'm
does.
sorry.
Definitely
It's
does,
like
It's
I'm
not
not even supposed
insult.
to
I
be
think
here
it's-
today.
I think it's
I
a
just
compliment,
watched the
honestly.
I just watched the teaser for the teaser. It looks pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen.
Yeah,
Here's
that's-
the thing.
yeah.
I was
I like
saying
the
this-
ending. I saw Black Manta and Aquaman more at the ending of that
Yeah,
teaser.
man.
And here's the thing. I'm gonna say this. DL just shared what he thought. He said it looked pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Watch
Yeah,
everybody
yeah, like-
say shitting on. Watch everybody say was shitting on this movie. And watch this movie end up being good. I would
Yeah,
laugh so
yeah.
Well,
hard.
like, here's the
watch
thing,
the-
and this-
this trailer
This is
come.
what
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, watch the full trailer come out and everybody shuts up now about
Yeah.
it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be
I'll
awful.
definitely make a stream. I'm like, I told you so. I'll be like,
well, here's the thing. I was kind of saying this. I know Casey Walsh likes to debunk Snyder things, but that don't mean he's right about stuff.
he's
either.
got a lot of stuff wrong.
Yeah. So like, don't take Casey Walsh's word for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, you know what's funny? That, along with my cousin appearing in the stream, kind of threw me off a little bit.
Did you hear about this ridiculous rumor about who's playing Robin in the Brave and the Bold that's been debunked? Like, really?
Dude,
Okay.
the movie's not even in production
Okay.
yet.
Yes, Timothy Chalamet to play Robin.
Oh
in
my
Brave and the Bold.
goodness.
I'm like,
By the way,
Timothy Chalamet.
With the Timothy Chalamet and the
He's too
Tom
old to play
Holland
Damien.
rumors, like I'm so
Tim-
sick of them typecasting
That's
them
not
in
the- yeah,
every
yeah.
goddamn thing.
Timothy Chalamet's too. Anyway, he's too old. If it's gonna be Damien, it ends up becoming Robin.
Wait a
He's too
minute.
old to play Robin.
Timothy
don't you think?
Chalamet.
To play
Timothy
Damien?
Chalamet is older than Chris
Yeah.
O'Donnell was when he
Well,
played.
Jeff Schneider said it's not
When
happening.
he
It's
played
not true.
Robin in Batman Forever.
No, he looked like he was 30 years old in that.
Yeah,
He didn't even
but
look
this
like
is
he was in
this
his
is
20s.
this is not Dick Grayson. This is Damien.
Yeah, that's
This is-
another thing. So it's like you're telling me that a Batman that's only got like 8 or 10 years of experience is gonna have this kid that's
Not this
like, in
Batman.
his
Not this
20s.
Batman. This Batman might have 15 years. Maybe
Honestly,
the
they
10
need
to
to get
15
somebody
years.
that's like 16, maybe.
Yeah. You get Timothy Chalamet's like 25, 26. I'm pretty sure that's too old for Damien. Damien's
Keep
like
it
10 or
trembling.
11, isn't he? Isn't Damien like 10 or 11? Is that like a teenager like when he first started out?
I don't remember. I haven't.
But he's
seen
a pain in the
earlier
butt.
stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's a kid, but he acts like an adult. Like he tries, right? Like pension adult.
Yeah, I already don't like him as Willy Wonka, so please don't ruin it.
He looks creepy as Willy Wonka, Timothy Chalamet. It gives me Depp vibes.
Yeah.
Like if he does Depp's voice. Oh,
And by the way, Carmine, I don't know if you're still watching this. This is my crew. I know you said I'm famous. Yeah, here's my crew to prove that I'm famous. My
Yeah.
cousin Carmine was watching before, and that's where Aaron discovered the cookie talk.
yes, I did.
Yes, and then obviously I shared that I had a bunch of Transformers from Revenge of the Fallen in the past. I know some of us talk about Transformers. I have a lot of Revenge of the Fallen figures
Mhm.
because that was actually
Yes,
a cool
Sideways.
toy line.
Yeah,
No,
but-
I don't have Sideways. Oh my goodness, Skids
Yeah,
and Mud. Yes, I actually own Skids and Mud Flap.
Oh, why? Just why?
Here's the thing: I bought those toys before I saw the movie,
Oh,
so I didn't even know that they were going to turn out to be racial stereotypes.
Yeah, and my first toys from that line is Skids and Flap. So they,
Those were like,
Oh, yeah,
those
these
were like
two?
two of my first
Oh.
three. Them and Sideways were my first three.
you
Do you
both
remember? Do you
disappoint.
remember?
No, Sideswipe, not Sideways. Sideswipe. I'm so used to seeing Sideways in my chat.
I got the green. That hurts, man. It's supposed to hurt. It's an ass kicking.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Or we can
So,
yank up a little bitch ass.
I-
Go cry to your
Okay,
Yeah.
so since you guys bought them before you saw the movie, please, I just need to know this. What attracted you to get those toys? Like what?
Because
What?
dude, I
What?
was 9 years
I didn't
old.
buy
What do
them.
you? What are you expecting
well,
from me?
to me, here's the thing. When I saw the characters in the trailer, I was like, oh wow, these guys could be cool. I gotta buy the Transformer characters. I mean, I'm the same person that bought Bumblebee, Jazz, Scorponok, Bone Crusher before they saw the 2007 movie. So I was like, I have no idea how important these characters are. I didn't know when I bought Bumblebee that Bumblebee was going to be the main character.
All right, fine.
So like, I was kind of buying Transformer toys, not realizing how significant they're going to be to the plot. Outside of Optimus, Megatron, and Starscream.
The thing is, yeah, the Transformers, besides Bumblebee and those three you just mentioned, nobody else gets character development in Transformers.
I mean, Mirage kind of did in
Yeah, I guess.
Rise of the Beast. But then again, if you're voiced by Pete Davidson, you're bound to.
Okay, the before that one, Rise of the Beast.
Yeah, that's a good
Before.
point. I mean,
It's like who the? You were just there. So most of them were just there to be there. Like, it's true, right? Like it's just basically Megatron, Bumblebee, Starscream, yeah, to an extent, and that's it. That's all. All the characters got development.
but
If you want to call it that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's good.
so obviously, but before I was talking about the scoops and Aquaman, I was obviously talking about the strike and how we're 4 months into the writers, we're 2 months into the actors, and yikes.
Yeah, this is longer than the last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is bad, guys. This is very bad.
Yeah, I see. I feel like now with this strike, I'm starting to wonder what are these studios, what is their motives? What is their end goal? Because it's not money.
They get him cave.
It's
Get
not
him cave.
it's not money because they're losing money. I think it's a pride thing. I
It
really
is.
do.
It is, but the
Yeah,
one
it's
to get
fair.
in
You
the
can have all your
cave.
pride till it hurts your pockets.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's not gonna hurt the CEO's pockets at all. They're set. They're fine with the money they have. It's to get them to cave. They want them to cave because they know the writers and majority actors, like the high percentage of actors, they need to get paid to the livable wage. And you could and like yeah, we all support them. You know what? We're gonna strike until we get what we want. But it might be at some point be like, man, we might not get what we want, and I can't afford this. I can't afford this. Get to a point where we're gonna cave in or not. It's like get desperate. They want them to cave. That's what basically they want them. They want them to cave.
Well, either way, you all can wait all you want. If this goes on for another 2
Yeah.
months, like Hollywood's in trouble.
Yeah,
Trouble.
and look,
The
I know,
theaters
I
are also
know,
in trouble as well. I mean, the
No,
theaters are finally like recovering from the COVID delays and shutdowns. I mean, obviously theaters are still going to open, but they're going to need movies. And right now, the only thing that you can work on in the strike are the independent stuff like A24.
I
What
mean,
sure, it's not a-
D23 actually did happen this year, but it was like a one-day event. It wasn't even for movies or TV shows. It was like for video game, I think, or whatever. Like it was just like a small D23 thing. They're pretty much having it next year. They pretty much, if you could really think of it, they kind of like basically kind of canceled this year, even though they did have it, but nobody took notice because for obvious reasons. And they announced for next year. Like they look. I'm not worried about like. I don't think Apple and Amazon are worried because they don't make the money from the movies.
Well, obviously because they're $1 trillion companies doing other
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Because Amazon and Apple basically their entertainment, the media, that stuff is like what? It's like it's just an asset to have for fun, basically. You know what? This is just for fun. Amazon, we're focused on deliveries, right? That's what they make their most money. Apple is technology, right? Sony too, but Sony does make movies, but Sony is focused on technology too. And their specialty is technology and video gaming. But it's really Warner Brothers, Netflix, Paramount, all the other ones that rely on the media.
I really think this will affect like everybody. I know like the studio heads probably not going to be hurting like
Yeah.
immediately, but eventually it's going to affect everybody. So they need to like get their heads out of their ass and like come to an agreement.
Come out of ivory tower. Come out of the ivory tower. Like they probably all, they probably have one ivory tower and they're all in it together.
Like I'm just, you don't really it doesn't take to just say just fucking at least get like what they were offered like to give like 0.2 under 0% of their movie of their revenue and stuff, but they said no to that. I was like, wow, you motherfuckers are that greedy to that extent. Fuck you.
You can't even give people like 30 to 50K. Like that's a livable wage. And
Yeah.
like, come on now, can't even do that.
That is crazy. That is freaking
30
insane.
to 50K. Yeah, you can't even do that. Yeah. Seriously.
Well, Bob Iger said like their expectations are unrealistic. You just got the biggest like contract extension that anyone probably ever
What's
got.
funny is that how people were being so joyous that Bob Iger returned, but now
I was saying that
not
before.
now.
yeah,
No. And I get, you know what? Even if Chapek was still in charge, it'd be the exact same thing.
Iger is just as bad as Chapek. To be honest with you, that's
Yeah.
people don't.
It
really
wouldn't make a
admit that.
difference right now.
You know,
It
you
wouldn't make a-
either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Bob Iger should have just walked away when he did because he was seen as a hero, and now he is seen as the villain.
Yep.
Good. My God.
2024 is going to be an interesting year for us. So
Especially because movies that I was like so excited for because of how the parts 1 ended, like Across the Spider-Verse, Dead Reckoning. I was like, yeah,
Deadpool 3, man.
Deadpool 3. Like, let's go beyond the Spider-Verse. Let's go Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 2.
All of them delayed indefinitely.
I'm surprised they moved up Deadpool 3. Like, what the heck? Did they know what's going on? It's like, that movie's not being. They moved it to May, right? It was originally September
May
of last
3rd.
year, and they moved it to May.
Thunderbolts
It's not making the May 3rd date.
Thunderbolts hasn't even started filming yet.
Mm-hmm.
No, near as Blade.
Oh my God, Blade is cursed.
Dude, I'll be
Blade was
shocked
supposed
if
to start filming
Mahershala.
like.
I'll be shocked if
Blade was
Mahershala
supposed to
wants
start
to
filming in
stay.
2021.
Yeah,
Oh, Marshall Lee's no spring chicken. He was like 50. He's like in the 50s. He's been waiting a long time.
he's going to be 50 by the time they finish filming.
Yeah.
I tell you,
Yeah.
you guys ever heard of Vlad the Impaler? He's apparently the basis of Dracula.
Mhm.
He's put a vampire curse on Blade. His spirit has put a vampire curse on Blade.
If they lose Mahershala, it's over. It's over.
Yo, what's the point of doing it?
They're going to try to bring back Wesley Snipes. I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, maybe for Secret Wars, and it's
Another
like
7-year-old ass. Come on now.
Yeah, that's true.
everyone asking everyone asking who's this guy? It's like I don't.
It wasn't a Deadpool. If it wasn't a Deadpool, that'd be hilarious because Ryan Reynolds wasn't Blade 3 as Hannibal. What? That character name was Hannibal in Blade 3. Was that his name? I remember he was in that movie with Jessica Biel.
Oh, Hannibal Kane? Yeah.
Yeah. He was named Hannibal in Blade 3, right? And yeah, that'd be and Jessica Biel as Whistler's daughter, right? I think that's the character. Yeah. Like everybody's like, I'm looking at these Deadpool rumors. Everybody's coming back from the X-Men universe. I'm like, I know that to me, I agree with everybody. Deadpool has to be rated R, but if it leads to Secret Wars, that may be a problem because kids love these Marvel movies, and you're not gonna take kids to a Deadpool movie, and at least the Secret Wars.
Oh, people bring kids to Deadpool movies.
People will.
Yeah, they do.
The first two, like, come on now.
Yeah, the first two, they're kids I want to see. No, listen, at summer camp last year, we were trying to find a movie on Disney Plus. Kids saw Deadpool. They were like, "Let's go, Deadpool!" We were like, "No, we're gonna get sued if we show this."
Probably.
Yeah, I'm like, they got to be careful with Deadpool. I mean,
I'm
well,
sure
here's the thing.
He's crossing over with the other Avengers. They're gonna PG-13 him.
Yeah,
they're gonna make a joke about how Deadpool, whenever he wants to say the F word, he's gonna say fudge.
Here's the thing:
Well, you can say the N word one time.
Deadpool could work PG-13 if you do it right.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't. Any character
Say
can do
the
it
F
right.
word like one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, and then he's warned by She-Hulk. Yeah, you can't use that word after that. And it's like, what? It's like, oh wait, this is a PG-13 team-up movie.
Yeah, make
I
a joke
can't-
about it.
Yep.
Hey, wait a minute, but then he'll make a joke saying, "Hey, if Ned Leeds can get away with lying about watching Corn during Homecoming, I can get away with some other stuff on that border."
Marvel. The problem is their jokes have become too sexual. Their jokes have too much sexuality, and lately in Phase 4, there's so much sexual jokes.
Like what?
Well, MA thinking Peter and MJ were having SCX.
Yeah. Also, the orgy stuff is Zeus. I know Zeus is. Yeah, that's Zeus.
Oh yeah.
From
Well,
Thor.
that was in Thor Ragnarok.
Ant-Man 3. Ant-Man 3. The guy can mind read and doing sex jokes there. Remember that?
Yeah, they get a little more adult, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you gotta remember the first Iron Man movie. Tony Stark was with that reporter.
Yeah, it's like the easiest thing to go to for jokes is sex jokes. Like, there's no
I mean,
creativity.
yeah, but it's kind of shocked. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. It's not like clever all the time, but
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool that they're starting to show a little bit of edge. Like the first F-bomb in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I was like,
the fucking door.
But I'm laughing at Thor: Love and Thunder because like Thor is like a lot of kids went to see that movie and they probably don't know what orgies are.
Well, parents need to educate their kids. Be like, it's still PG-13
Can you
movie.
imagine, Dad, Mom, what's an orgy? And you're looking at your kid and be like, oh my God, what do I have to say?
It is a PG-13 movie, so like,
are you expecting a G-rated Marvel film next time? I mean, we already got or PG Marvel film. We already got the Spider-Verse.
No, we already had Marvel films where people are decapitating heads. Like,
Yeah.
come on now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Marvel, you're not allowed to decapitate human heads. You're only allowed to decapitate aliens. Remember?
Oh my
Like,
goodness, that was a loud thunder.
Well, the people forgetting Doctor Strange. Malekith decapitated a human head. They just didn't show it on screen.
Yeah, they won't show it on screen. Yeah, off-screen stuff. Yeah.
Also, and Sam Raimi with the Multiverse of Madness, that is not for kids at all.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so.
Even though there's toys around that film too.
They're still trying to sell the toys.
Good luck.
I saw
DC usually goes darker with this stuff. Their movies actually went darker with this stuff, even though it got a little more comedic like Paul Snyder, but they're actually a little darker when it comes to the violence. DC.
Mm-hmm. I've seen kids like when I went to go see Logan. There were kids in Logan. There were kids in Deadpool 1 and 2.
Why are there kids in Logan?
Yeah, no, literally. When we went to go see Logan, I went to the bathroom before the movie starts, and then literally when I came out the theater, there were 2 boys and a mom going into Logan. I'm like, yeah, you paid to come out and to see this with your kids? I'm like, I mean, okay. I mean, hey, it's Wolverine. You know, it's. I mean, don't you see like there's a poster next to it. There's a big ass R-rated logo on the bottom. Like, you see that shit on the bottom of it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's Deadpool, I can kind of understand because it's a comedy. But Logan, not so sure because it's darker.
Well, because Wolverine was the X-Men.
Yeah, but there's not gonna be no. There's gonna be a bunch of sad.
There wasn't that in other movies.
We're gonna get that in '97. Don't worry. That's
yeah.
And
we better get in the MCU too.
Yeah. Oh, we did. We did get Doctor Strange when they showed Professor X. We got the X. Yeah. That was...
When they bring the X-Men in, I want to hear it. I want to hear that theme.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Is Professor Xavier gonna die for like a third or fourth time if he's in Deadpool?
Please don't kill him again. Please. Don't.
I know that's gonna be a banging gag. It's gonna be a gag.
Deadpool will probably be like, "Sheesh, you died more times than that other bald guy from Dragon Ball, Krillin."
Oh yeah, Krillin does die 4 times.
So Krillin has died so many times in Dragon Ball, so it's like I would definitely make that joke. I don't care if Toy Animation freaks out or Funimation, whoever does Dragon Ball Z. I'd be like, he died as many times as that other bald guy from Dragon Ball Z.
Professor Xavier. That's definitely gonna be a running gag if he does die.
So yeah, let me. I want to go back to like the whole strike thing. The thing is with like these studios were willing to like delay their films, so like they delayed Doom Part 2 to freaking March, and that's not going to work on their favorites because March is already going to be the same shit that like this year. March of next year is going to be packed because I looked up the release dates. Freaking March, okay, March 1st is the next Pixar film, Elio. The film act the two
that
films after
weird
that.
acid trip movie.
Yep. The two films after that is Kung Fu Panda 4 and
Wait.
Quiet Place.
Kung Fu Panda 4 is coming out next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kung Fu
Yo,
Panda
I
4
almost forgot that was supposed to come out.
and Quiet Place, the prequel, The Quiet Place.
I almost forgot that as well.
The
Oh my
week
God.
after the week after that is Doom Part 2. The week after that is the Snow White remake. And
Oh, I don't think that's gonna do well.
And the week after that is the sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Holy crap!
I see. Look,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure these are going to be delayed. I haven't heard any news about Kung Fu Panda 4. I haven't heard any news about the Quiet Place. I mean, they might, trailers might come out any time, but it's just I
Well, when it came to delaying Doom Part 2, that's due to the fact that actors can't promote this stuff, and they want the actors to promote that because
I'm just
you got Zendaya, you got Timothy Chalamet, you got Florence Pugh, Austin Butler. That's why I'm wondering what's going to happen with the Marvels, because I think that they're going to want Brie Larson and the crew to promote that.
a lot of it's preventable if they actually pay the writers, but
I think they would have moved the Marvels already. Honestly, I think they would have.
I'm sure they already did like featurettes and stuff like all ready to go and stuff.
Unless Disney and Marvel are gonna let that film, release that film to let it die because they know it might not be good. You know how people were saying that about Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom? What if Disney and Marvel are doing that with the Marvels?
No, I don't think they would do that because it's a Marvel film, so it's like they make bank. So I think they're really holding out hope that when this strike comes out, at least Marvel is going to make some money. It's not, I don't think it's going to make $1 billion, but I don't.
It ain't making no billion.
No.
The Phantom Menace is the word. They'll get the money from the Phantom Menace when they go see it.
Oh, you know what? That's another reason why. Because the Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace is going to say something like they're going to have the Marvels come out because they don't want Brie Larson promoting this movie.
Oh God, I don't want to hear. I
think they're saying this movie. I think what's going to happen is they're going to say, "Oh yeah, this movie is bad, and it's going to convince their audience to actually see it and see how bad it is."
That's not how that works, but okay.
Oh, you never know. Like sometimes it does.
I guess for weird situations.
We're just a bunch of idiots, so that's all.
But
I think
if God forbid,
everybody hate the Marvels. Everybody have their number one hater in there, Brie Larson. So yeah, they're gonna hate it anyway.
And God forbid, if this strike goes on till next year, those movies are getting pushed back. They're gonna be pushed back.
They're gonna have. Well, I mean, they're gonna have to.
Well, let's be real. The only Marvel movie that's coming out next year that's done filming is the new Captain America movie.
I forgot that's even a movie.
That's probably going to get delayed to late 2024, probably.
Well, yeah, they probably have to do reshoots because Marvel likes to do reshoots. Like Deadpool's halfway finished. Thunderbolts is scheduled for next year at Christmas, but
it ain't gonna come out. I don't
think no. I'm telling you, the next Avenger movies are not gonna happen. I'm gonna say it's hot take. The next Avenger movie is gonna be 10 years after Infinity War, 2028. My hot take.
I'm leaning towards Kang Dynasty coming out in 2027. So 9 years. So we disagree by a year.
I that's very possible too.
But because here's the thing, Marvel's gonna obviously want one more Spider-Man movie to come out before Kang Dynasty. So they're gonna have to work with Sony with that. They were working on that before the strike. They're gonna probably want a Doctor Strange 3, as the rumors are suggesting.
What about Fantastic Four?
Yeah, they're gonna want
Fantastic Four movie.
to come out.
According to the Scoopers, there's been 5 Reed Richards cast already.
Armor Wars does not have a release date yet, so they still got to figure out when that movie's going to come out.
That's true. That's true.
And they're gonna have to figure out this situation with Rhodey, like what the heck is going on there.
And even Shang-Chi 2 was pretty much confirmed happening, but the actor Simu Liu, this happened on Threads. Like he was able to answer this on about Shang-Chi from a fan because this is before the strike, the actor strike. He said, someone basically asked him about Shang-Chi 2 if it's happening. He said between originally he thought it was gonna be between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, but everything is up in the air.
It's just such a mess right now.
Okay. Let me.
Can you imagine if Mila Kunis? Remember everybody saying Mila Kunis was going to be Sue Storm. Can you imagine if she got the role of Sue Storm? With the controversy going on with her right now.
After that stupid letter.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that letter that she wrote?
You see that fake apology?
Yeah, the letter to
what letter?
Danny Masterson.
So Danny Masterson got his sentencing to like 30 years to life, and Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis wrote letters in support of Danny.
Why? Why?
Because they're doing the classic thing. For example, you know serial killers, right? Serial killers.
My
it's
thoughts
like serial
exactly,
killers.
Anthony.
You know how serial killers are. Serial killers. They think they're able to dress a normal life, live a normal life, and you may know somebody. You may not know that they're secretly a serial killer. He was just a quiet guy. He was a good guy. He came over. He did nice things for us. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about stuff like that.
Guys, just understand because I know this is a graphic conversation. Let's watch what we say because I don't know if my cousin's still watching.
Yeah, I know.
But let's make sure just to. Yeah. I know these are usually for adults, but now that I know my cousins are watching, let's. Mm-hmm. I mean, curse wordy, I don't mind, but just like when it comes to these kind of themes, it's. But yeah, no, it's a messy situation in general. I don't think Mila Kunis is going to get cast.
So then, Ashton and Mila came out and did like a 1 to 2 minute video, and nobody bought their apology because you could tell it's like. And then Christina Ricci on Instagram basically called them out.
And, people wonder why Topher Grace never hung out with his coworkers.
Yes.
So wait a minute, Venom has more of a conscience.
I guess so.
So, let me see. So, looking at the 2024 movies, right? So, I feel like when it comes to for this year, I think animated films are going to be more safe because those are different. So those take a little bit more longer. So they're already written. I'm sure most of the films are already recorded. So I think they'll be more safe. So Pixar movies and all that, the animated Transformers film that comes out next year. So that was already that's in production, like trying to animate the stuff, but written wise and I think it's okay. So I think it'll be fine.
But did they start doing voice for it?
That's the thing. Like
because they can't do if they didn't, they can't do it because of the strike.
That's man. I'm a little worried about next year.
I mean, the thing is, I know theaters can do the thing and like show old movies, which I'll go see. I'll see old movies in theaters. I saw Vertigo in theaters not too long ago. But like, obviously, you want to get new stuff in there because people also want to see new stuff. Would rather see new stuff. So it's like, gotta figure this out. I mean, otherwise, we're only gonna have A24 movies or other independent movies. We might have to rely on foreign movies.
Oh boy!
Let me tell you something. I think they might have to rely on. I don't know if you heard this. So I don't know if you know this. So there's a Taylor Swift concert film that comes out.
God. I know that.
That's on track, dude. That's on track that's tracking to make $100 million.
It's gonna break $1 billion.
Look, look. I'm just gonna say this. I got a lot of coworkers that are Swifties. I can see them going to see this multiple times.
It's gonna break $1 billion because it's Taylor Swift is like the hottest musician right now in the world.
Which I understand. I just it kind of like a concert
Artist.
film that came out of its ass nowhere, and it's on track to make $100 million, like it's a Marvel film. It's like
It's
what the
still another one of the biggest mysteries in Hollywood, along with Barbie getting $1 billion.
well Barbie because Barbie's an actual good movie, so come on.
Whatever you say.
I mean,
Well-
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't want to watch concerts at a theater. I'd rather
Yeah.
be live at a concert.
Same.
I think it's really stupid to watch a concert in a theater.
Yo, remember when Justin Bieber had like a concert
Yeah.
movie or something?
Never say
yeah,
never.
two of
This
them.
is the thing
I
that I
will
did see
never
back in the day. I did see a wrestling pay per view in the theater, but that's different. That was a bunch of people watching a wrestling pay per view. I mean, they do sports, watching sports or whatever, or a fighting event, mixed martial arts or wrestling in a theater. I think that's fine because there are a bunch of people, but like a concert.
It was a
I don't-
Hannah Montana concert movie back in the day. I remember it came out.
So Sideways, that's actually an interesting one. So King of the Planet of the Apes got done filming before the writer's strike. Same thing with Joker. So there's some movies that I think will be safe because they got done way ahead of time. Like I think Joker 2 and King of the Planet of the Apes are like the few that could be safe or like maybe come out like a few months later. Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying everything's gonna get delayed. Like there was some stuff that did get done filming before even the writers went on strike. I think there were some that got done before the actors. There's some where like they're mostly done. So maybe like once the strikes are done, they can right away wrap that stuff up.
The Joker
But
took
still,
like 2 months to
it's just-
film.
What? Yeah, Joker took like 2 months.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and like,
I tell you, maybe they should let YouTubers make movies, and we could have movies come out in theaters. We'll
oh,
make a movie
Lord.
called YouTube Movie Talk.
If Dash XP comes out with a movie, I'm seeing that day one.
Phantom Menace is going to come out of the movie.
That would be the funniest comedy I've ever
What
seen.
happened with that? What wasn't like Josiah Rice is going to make a ton of movies?
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Like at
No.
first,
they're going to make
gonna
comic
be-
movies. They're going to try to make comic book movies. They say this is the downfall of DC and
Gonna
Marvel.
be some Uwe Boll's a bit more professional than that shit. No, it'll be some time with soul type shit.
I don't want YouTube. I'm sorry. I don't YouTubers trying to get into this world. I mean, they tried and they don't do very well. Most of them. Like, I'm
Yeah, do you
sorry.
remember the Smosh movie?
yo, Chris Stuckman
YouTube,
though.
like-
I'm curious to see what Chris Stuckman's movie's like.
Oh right, it was
Oh,
a
yeah,
Shelby
yeah.
Oaks.
Yeah, that is something I would definitely actually see. Even if it turns out bad, I want to see it.
No,
Just-
I'm hoping it's good because I think he knows his stuff. I'm hoping it's good. I think he's taking his sweet time to get it. So man, see,
Google Studios.
that shit has been
No.
postponed.
Yeah, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Google is going to form their own movie studios. Google Studios. It's going to be a
Oh,
movie.
please.
They're only going to play YouTubers.
Oh my god, Google. You know what? If Google would ever like come out and just like, I mean, I think they used to do that with like YouTube Red. You know how Cobra Kai was on there, but like then they stopped doing that.
Oh, yeah, YouTube. Yeah, that failed. You know,
Yeah, that
also,
failed.
also try to get into the media. Facebook try to do their own TV stuff.
Oh,
and that failed
Facebook
too.
Watch. Oh,
Yeah.
oh
that-
my gosh.
I don't even know that was a thing, but I looked that up. I was like, that was a thing? They tried to do that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got prominent people involved too, like really well known people, and it didn't work out.
Oh my. Well, I mean, like, who uses? I mean, I have Facebook just with my family, but like that's
Yeah.
old people shit.
I mean, I can use it to keep up with my family. But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I have
same.
coworkers too that I use Facebook that I talk to a lot. So, but
Yeah, yeah.
I hate
use
Facebook,
Instagram and
but I use it.
Facebook
I don't blame
for-
you.
Just to keep in contact with people at this point.
Young
Matt-
Ripple wants to do an ISO movie. Here,
Oh my
it doesn't
God.
work like that. You can't get a movie after 2 issues. Okay.
Angel
No,
Studio.
Sky Rises is going to produce it.
What is ISOM?
Yeah,
Oh,
Young
that's
Ripple's comic.
Eric July's
Oh,
comic.
that's his Rippa stuff.
Yeah,
Rippa
it's It's the one character who has like this cool suit, but he has a cross on his crotch area, so like he can like pelvic
See,
thrust to God. I don't fucking know.
Wait, what?
I,
What
I
the heck?
that's disrespectful. I'm sorry.
Yo, that yo, like that's just dumb.
that was dumb. I don't even know what
Look at
that
it.
even is. Like,
80K at
guy.
the box office, Anthony. Yeah, I don't even know if it's gonna make that much.
It's not gonna get. Nobody's gonna take the sound.
it's gonna
of
make
it.
$1,000.
Wait, what? Jeffrey Miller's like, what?
I don't know. Like when I saw that, I was like, I mean, cool.
Hey, I have no
costume.
problem. I have no problem with Marvel and DC, other comics, other than Marvel and DC having movies or whatever. But like we got the Boys, we got the Invincibles, but not Isom, man.
Imagine that gets some traction. Okay, like imagine somebody. Okay.
Well,
If I was
he's getting sued right
a,
now.
if I was a director, I would take this. I would actually would like to adapt this Rippaverse stuff, but change it to make it not
wait,
very bigoted. I'm
They
kidding.
can't get Kevin Sorbo because he's not
Kevin Sorbo.
because he's white.
Oh my
It wouldn't
God.
work. It wouldn't work if it's Kevin Sorbo. He's in the character is African American, so he wouldn't work if it's Kevin Sorbo.
Oh my God, no,
Kevin Sorbo do something like that.
no.
But yeah, I actually like. Is something happening where the video game voice actors could go on strike? I'm confused with.
Yeah, yeah. The SAG is trying to do that. It's Afra, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and everybody on Twitter are just losing their minds and like, well, they're gonna delay my video games. Like, fuck your
well,
video
Spider-Man should be fine. Spider-Man's coming out in like less
Yeah.
than 2 months.
They're just worried about like the other games that were already announced. I'm like, you care about the games more than people? That's more
I mean,
about you.
it might take longer for Last of Us Part 3 to come out, but
Hey, take more time.
that game's not even in. That game's only in pre-development though. So they probably don't even have lines for the voice actors yet.
I have no. This is a mess. This is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, good lord, like our entertainment industry is going through some changes. Like, here's the thing:
Well,
the
don't
last
worry.
time the actors and writers went on strike together was 1960. That was the year my mom was born. So like, there's no streaming. We didn't have all these franchises. Spider-Man wasn't even created yet.
But it's okay. Well, it was okay. It was 1960. Everybody was high
and like
anyway.
back then,
They
Ronald
didn't know
Reagan
what's going on.
Ronald Reagan was still an actor. He wasn't even president yet. So he was the president of SAG. Now we got Fran Drescher, the nanny, as the SAG president.
Okay.
And here's the thing: only 8 things got delayed in 1960. Look at all the stuff that's getting delayed or like halted production.
It's
Give them what they want.
Here's the thing: apparently, it seems like the writers want to negotiate with with studios individually. I think they're hoping a studio cracks.
The problem is the big studios. I don't think they're going to do that. The small studios already done that. But I'm interested. There might be one big studio that maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Well, here's the thing. I this is what I think. This is not what I've heard. I think they're banking on David Zaslav cracking because Warner Brothers is losing out on a lot of money. I don't think David Zaslav's
$300 to $500 million now. So like they're trying to pay off that debt. So like they ain't gonna go nowhere. So
They can use Aquaman as a tax write-off. As like some people suggested. I'm like,
oh
nope.
yeah, since the teaser just drops, it's gonna have the tax write off now. You're gonna see it no more.
I'm gonna say this: Zaslav's lucky Barbie made $1 billion worldwide.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
because the Flash bombed so hard.
He admitted that they did kind of drop the ball on their properties like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and
but here's the thing: do we really need any more spin-offs of Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings?
I mean,
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
They could do something with the Wizarding World, but just what they did so far was
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, there's a lot of lore in Lord of the Rings that they have never. I mean, they haven't really gone to. Harry Potter 2, I agree with DL. But remember, they're trying to reboot Harry Potter with that series. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a good point. So it's like, why are you saying you're underutilizing when you had the Fantastic Beasts stuff? You just got the Hogwarts Legacy game come out, and you're already planning on doing a show.
Oh,
So,
that
like,
made
why
the
are
money
you
though.
complaining
Remember,
when you've got all this stuff?
I know Warner Brothers. You know the movie side. That Harry Potter game made the money for the under video game side.
Yeah.
Because there's so much controversy towards that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are getting a Lord of the Rings animated movie next year.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. We're getting, so it's like these properties are being used.
Mm-hmm. And we are getting Rings of Power season 2 by Amazon. That's being filmed because it's not filmed in North America.
I've only gotten 2.5 episodes into that show.
I think sideways. I think Mortal Kombat Strike like started the next day after like the beginning of their filming. I think they filmed for like 1 or 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like apparently, like now, like the Drew Barrymore show is trying to get back into it, and like they're gonna pick it outside of Drew Barrymore's show.
But Drew Barrymore's trying to get her show back running.
Yeah, next week she wants to get her talk show back and going.
And how many talk shows are we gonna get, man?
Is she really want to ruin her career like that? Because she's she has connections to some very well established writers and other Hollywood friends. I guess she's like, you know what? It doesn't matter to her. I guess she really wants to ruin her reputation. You know?
Yeah, I don't think she even wants to act anymore. So it's probably why.
Yeah,
but
she can become the new Ellen DeGeneres.
Well, she's not exactly like Drew Barrymore was more of that cute girl next door always, right? The problem was yeah. So she didn't really do any other stuff. Like she was a one note actress, really, if you think about it. Because she always played the same role.
Oh my goodness! Apparently, like Meghan Markle at a concert was hanging out with the CEO of Netflix, who has been one of the big antagonists of the strikes.
Huh?
She's an actress. Well, she was an actress.
Well, here's the thing: like Meghan Markle's just been under so much controversy, just in general. That's kind of a tone deaf move to hang out with the CEO of Netflix when Netflix has been the biggest villain on the writer side.
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers are always in controversy, man. It's just like, you just chill the fuck out.
I mean, there's people who have been in more controversy than Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
I mean, like FouseyTube always has something going on, but that's a different story.
Don't get me started. No.
That's a different story for another time.
No.
FouseyTube. My God.
Oh my goodness. Well, why don't they just make a movie about him and show it in the theaters?
That song's stop.
Okay. I'm gonna behave myself. So like, oh yeah, like David Zaslav is like saying like the strike needs to end. It's like, yeah, you want it to end because you're losing money on it.
Mm-hmm.
I want more interview. Like, I want to just hear like interviews from these people, like from these CEOs. Like, we got Bob Iger, but I want to see like what are their like point of views. Like, what are their like their goals on this thing? Like,
you see, the chart says.
well, the chart says. Like chart says what? There's just, I don't like what chart? I don't see a chart anywhere.
Well, according to the chart, but to the contract here, like I don't know.
Well, on the contrary, according to my calculations, I don't know.
Well, you know, they can be like, well, maybe the writers should step it up before we give them more money.
Oh, I heard that on I'm sorry, on DL's on your stream on Mac's stream last night, DL. I mean, it was. I'm glad you got to 500 subs, but just hearing some people on the stream say, "Oh, maybe if they wrote better stuff to get paid better." I'm like, that's not the
Yeah,
point of a
Not the
strike.
point. That is not the point.
That
because
infuriated me on the
good
stream.
writers and
I'm
the
not.
bad writers are in the same
Yeah.
union. So if
Yeah.
if the writers suffer, so does the good ones.
Yeah,
I just
DL. Like
think
I heard that was on your
uh,
stream last night. Blue Jay and DLP. You heard it right? You heard
yeah,
a couple
I feel like though, I think they're not very. I'll be straight up, honestly. They're not like that aware of all the shit. Really, like they don't. They're not aware of all this shit. Like they're not.
Obviously, like the Blue Jay guys, DL George. Obviously, a screenwriter. If you write for a big movie, you're obviously gonna get paid more than another writer. But that's not really the point of a strike.
No.
It's like,
Well, the thing is, they don't realize how much work goes into
Yes.
writing. It's like, here's the thing: when you're writing something, even if you're writing an essay for school, you got to do an outline, you got to do bullet points, you got to do a first draft, you got to do a second draft, you got to do a final draft. You got to change the thing around when reshoots happen. Sometimes during filming, the script changes, the screenplay changes. There is a lot of work to writing screenplays.
I mean,
A lot of what
Blue
they
Jay
saw,
George.
like what they said yesterday about the writers, like you're right, but so like it's uneducated.
It turned me off.
It's
It
stupid.
really aggravated me.
I like.
And
Like,
I
like those
didn't want to
people-
get. I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want to get aggravated because this was a good stream. This was a special. It was a special stream to get DL to 500, which he did. But like, I did not want to hear that.
I didn't want to hear that either because it felt so disingenuous, very
Mhm.
very uneducated, and it's just like if you're talking, honestly, why are you talking about the stuff you don't know what the hell's going on? Like it's very. I get that it's an opinion, but it's a very stupid. I don't see that it's opinion. Like
Oh yeah,
if you
Change
want,
can be stupid.
it's about like getting people to have good working conditions, job securities, of course, get better
Healthcare.
pay. I mean,
Yeah.
if they live in freaking California, I mean, everything around there is expensive as hell.
Especially LA, where
LA,
most of the work is, most of the work does, right?
yeah, most of the work is out in LA and stuff. I'm like, writers don't have homes, so it doesn't. It just sometimes when they talk about stuff and it's mostly. A lot of it's just not very educated. I feel, and it's not. I mean, it's not a knock. I'm not knocking them on anything, but it's just very.
Oh, I'm knocking them.
I mean, well, I mean, I am knocking them, but it kind. I don't know. It really just annoyed me.
The thing is, I think you don't to understand the living conditions of writers and actors. Know where they most likely live in Los Angeles or New York City. Now, I can't speak for Los Angeles because I don't live there. New York, it's crazy expensive to live here.
Yes.
Like I am lucky that where I live, my house has been paid for because it was my grandma's old house, and she was able to like pay for it. Where it's like we don't have to pay rent or anything. We still got to pay taxes, but if let's just say I decide, hey, I'm gonna move out, even if I find a cheap apartment, I'm still gonna be paying a lot of money. I'm gonna have to like even if my work hours went up, I'm still gonna be spending a ton of money on rent and to get food for me to survive.
Yeah, you're not living in the middle of the country where.
And like here's the thing, this is like if you look at the prices of stuff nowadays, things have gotten more expensive. It ain't just a way of living. Food's gotten more expensive. Gas, all this other stuff that you need.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this isn't like writers aren't living a luxury life. It's the same thing with actors. Not a lot of these actors make Tom Cruise, Robert Downey Jr., Leonardo DiCaprio money.
No.
For
here's
example,
here's the thing. You're right. Here's the thing. Even these actors that make that kind of money, they work on films where they don't even make 6-7 figures at times.
But here's another thing. A lot of actors don't work on projects for consecutive years. There are some actors, for example, that are in the Actors Union, but they only work with certain directors. For example, some of the people that have worked on Kevin Smith movies, like Brian O'Halloran, Marilyn Gigliotti, who worked on Jeff Anderson. Yeah. Like they only do Kevin Smith movies. They don't appear in like other stuff. They mostly appear in Kevin Smith stuff. Kevin Smith doesn't make movies every year like he used to. It's
Jason Mewes is always like a Kevin Smith movie.
Same way.
Yeah, Jason Mewes. So it's like Brendan Fraser was out for a while.
Yeah,
I don't want to
that's
mess up
other
his,
reasons.
I don't want to mess up his name. The guy that played Short Round in Indiana Jones that finally came back to
Yeah, for a
acting.
Oh,
while.
yep,
Yeah.
Like for a while he was out. Like
Yeah.
a lot of these guys, some of these guys take hiatuses or they only work with certain directors. They're not doing consecutive projects like a Tom Cruise or a Leonardo DiCaprio or a Brad Pitt or a Jessica Chastain. Like not everyone's doing consecutive projects. Some people take a
I'm
break.
amazed
Tobey
they don't get
Maguire
burned.
was not acting for 6 years until he got to be. Actually, no, it was 4 years. I'll consider his voice role in
Yeah,
Boss
he doesn't
Baby
do movie after movie.
until he appeared in No Way Home, and then Damien Chazelle's Babylon movie. I know he was in.
It's amazing how some of these actors are in a movie year, like they do 2 or 3 movies every year, and it's amazing how they don't get burned out so quick. I would get burned out, seriously.
Yeah, I would have gotten burned out right. Literally, Tom
Yeah.
Holland said he had to take a break from acting.
Mhm.
which more power to him. You know,
I mean, it's not. It's, you know what's like? It's like it's not. You know what's the opposite? Like in sports, at least you get an off season, right?
But like, here's the thing: unless you got like sponsorships or ads, like some of these actors have like sponsorships and ads. Like why do you think everyone, even if you've never seen Shaq play, how does everyone still know who Shaq is? Because he's in the 100 commercials that he's in.
Oh, it's so many commercials.
That's how he's still making.
everywhere.
That's how he's still making tons of money, not just from inside the NBA, because he's in a ton of commercials.
Oh, Shaq! Oh my God!
some of
He's
the
everything.
commercials I think are funny.
Shaq's funny, but I'm just saying, like so. But again, not every actor can do commercials. Not every actor's in commercials.
Yeah.
It's like the thing is, it's like a lot of people that are in SAG, a lot of them are still starting out, that are struggling to get roles because you gotta try out for this stuff. You gotta remember, no matter how talented you are, you're gonna miss out on a role. A lot of people,
even A-list actors still audition for roles.
yeah. The people actually auditioned to play Joker before Jack Nicholson got the part. I think Willem Dafoe and Robin Williams were among those. And look, they're talented. Willem Dafoe's an awesome Green Goblin, but obviously he didn't meet the criteria for Joker in 1989.
It's
a
people
doggone mess.
Like the thing is, it's like people think, oh, it's a luxury life. It's not a luxury life.
No.
Oh, they gotta pay. Even the top actors have to pay a lot too, man. They have to pay for publicists, agent. It's like 10%. The publicist might be maybe 5 to 10%. A team, a PR team, whatever, a team. They have a team of their own. It's a lot of money.
Agents,
they have to
lawyers.
pay. Lawyers. They have to even
families.
Families. They have to. They live in California, so they gotta pay high taxes there. So, like, think about it. Think about it. If you make $10 million on the film, right? If you get $10 million on the film, say your agent is 10% of it. That's $1 million to your agent. Maybe it's 10% to your publicist. That's $1 million there. So you get $8 million, really, right? You get $8 million, really, and then you add on the others. Obviously, you're not going to pay $1 million to like your lawyer or whatever, or most of your team. But like an agent, 10% is a lot. From 10 million, it's 1 million. That's a lot.
And the other thing is, here's the thing: even if people that are in these producer roles or set roles are not going on strike, they're being affected by this as well with these delays and these halts in production. So it's like, and here's the thing: remember, Tom Cruise went on that infamous rant when people were behaving like knuckleheads during COVID, and it was going to cause another production delay.
Yeah,
that screws over people that don't get paid that much that are working on these movies. Crew members. Like art designers. Like you're screwing over these other people. Yeah,
production people that work in production, setting up cameras, all the stuff you see behind the scenes stuff. Setting up the studio, setting up the props the props and all of that. It affects everybody. Yeah, it does, because they could work. Technically, they could work, but they can't if you don't have the actors on set.
Yeah, well, did you see they were trying to start Sonic the Hedgehog with props or like or visuals.
I remember that. So like, you're saying, I mean, like, oh wow, that's kind of funny though. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna shoot nothing, and then we're gonna shoot nothing and put Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Shadow in the post production.
Oh my god.
Like literally, like they don't realize like how many people are getting affected, not just like writers and actors.
Again, they
Yeah.
won't care until it starts hurting their pockets.
Oh man,
Yeah.
well, Zaslaw, it's starting to get under Zaslaw's skin. I can tell.
Mhm.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Skin, do it. Pay the damn thing.
They're raising prices for streaming, right? They're gonna raise prices for the streaming services. And guess what? People are gonna choose a streaming service to go to, like to keep. Because I'm sorry, but I don't want to pay for 5 or 6 different streaming services. I don't want Disney Plus, Netflix, Paramount, HBO, whatever, like
See,
that's so much
here's the
money.
thing. I have
Yep, might as well get cable again.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Well, man, I don't know about that because like I have Netflix. See, I have my mom's Netflix. I pay for Disney Plus, but they're raising the price for $14 a month. I'm like, are you?
Oh my
serious?
god! So like Bob Iger is raising the price. By the way, he's taking stuff off of there,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and the content that they're creating isn't really all that great.
I still have Disney Plus because I still have shows
Dis-
and movies I used to watch growing
Yeah,
up.
like
watch
the
The
list.
stuff
Disney-
that
the
I
Disney
still wanna
Plus-
watch.
The Disney Plus shows they make and the Disney Plus movies they make are terrible.
They're hit
They're
or miss
bad.
for me. Like I'm
Yeah.
still there's always you always have like the one show that makes you want to keep paying and all. But normally, whenever it's like
Yeah.
another show that's like on Peacock or whatever, I would pay for that for like at least for a month, and then when that show's over, I cancel it because their content, in my opinion, are not the greatest. Like Peacock, I only did it for Bel Air and Twisted Metal.
Oh,
That's
nice.
really it, and I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's a mixture of borrowing people's account and just picking the ones that
I don't know anybody else that uses
most.
Peacock, so I just
I have Peacock, but the only reason I have it is because of WWE.
Yeah.
Here's the thing:
I
I
don't
used to
have
use
Peacock.
I used
I
to
get
use
it.
Peacock back when half the movies were free. You just had to watch ads. Now that that's kind of been taken away, I don't bother anymore. It's but you know what? Peacock was also where I watched Catwoman 2004 for the first time.
Oh God,
for
Why?
free. I was
for free.
For free.
I was
okay,
curious.
sure.
I was like, this is for free. I'm gonna see how bad this movie is, and I was like, this movie isn't bad. It's a pile of dog barf. It's a pile of it's a pile of cat puke.
Yep.
You know, it's a cat movie, so you know
Well,
what?
it was. Well, I call it like quick cut the movie because everything it's so edited to like a freaking blender.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I want my 2 hours back or however long that movie was.
Man.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't believe how bad it was.
You know how in the 2000s, do you know how many bad female led protagonists?
Oh, Elektra.
I can't
Mhm.
believe they're bringing her
Listen.
back. I'm sorry, but Elektra wasn't well received either.
Listen. You know, people
Deadpool's gonna kill the Fox universe.
Yeah,
people who complain about Captain Marvel should probably go back and rewatch those 2 movies.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of Captain Marvel. Like, to me, it's one of my least favorite MCU movies.
It's not Catwoman, that's for sure.
They should watch the Supergirl film from 1984.
Oh yeah.
Oh
No.
You know what? Whenever I think about Catwoman and Elektra, it kind of makes me appreciate just a little bit Wonder Woman 1984, just a little bit.
It's amazing. The 70s, 80s has some cool female protagonists like Ripley and Sarah Connor, and then like all of a sudden, like the 90s and the 2000s, they had terrible female protagonists, like the entertainment world industry. And I remember like they tried to make. I remember Was it? I remember trying Mila Djokovic.
Resident Evil chick?
What movie was it? What superhero movie was that? Ultraviolet. That was horrible. Was that? Was that her?
I remember that.
Yeah, the 2000s had really bad female protagonists movies.
Yeah, back when
Except
movies
for
were
Kill
like
Bill. Kill Bill.
back when movies
Oh,
were
Kill
like
Bill is
CGI
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
video games.
You know that every time the sirens appear now, like after I watch that scene, whenever I see something that I dislike or triggers me, I hear the sirens in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Kill Bill. I'm like, what? No, like I'll see something, I'll be like, huh?
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Quentin Tarantino, like he wants to get working on his last movie right away. The Movie Critic.
"Quote unquote" last movie. We'll see about that, homie.
It's gonna have so much swearing and like it's gonna be like a Tarantino style film with so much swearing in it. Like,
Yo,
other
Grace
stuff.
Randolph's gonna give it a negative review and
His
say
movies
it's
always has a bunch of swearing in it.
Yeah.
Yo, I can see Grace.
So
Randolph
his movie is basically like a YouTube review.
Yeah, babe.
I can literally see Grace Randolph complaining about it and say, "This movie is slandering critics that are working hard,
Oh, it's gonna be about
just like
slaves?
me and you." Yo,
Oh yeah,
yo,
also, when
Jessica
even-
Chastain. No, watch
Yeah,
Jessica
Chastain is
Chastain.
great.
To play some character that resembles Grace Randolph, and it's like it's not Grace Randolph's name, but it sounds kind of similar.
Oh my
And
god.
she's talking in a weird voice and tone.
Imagine it would be funnier. It would be funnier if it's if they ever cut to like a film critic on YouTube and it's supposed to be Grace Randolph played by Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
Or no, you know what? He gets Kevin Smith to play a parody of Matt Jarbo.
Flagging people and stuff.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Yo,
Who'd be
literally, I can
Caprio?
see a lot of critics getting triggered by Quentin Tarantino's movie. And I'll love it.
Who will play John Campia? Henry Cavill.
No, my no, he's too
No.
handsome for that. No.
Too handsome.
Too handsome.
Campy is talking about wrestlers having OnlyFans because he's running out of content.
Oh,
What the hell?
Are you serious?
Yo, remember, I think it was like Senior Nerd that shared that.
Oh yeah, so your nerd did say that.
Yes, Senior Nerd shared that.
I'm sorry, but I showed I showed that part of Max's stream to George and Blinded privately when it's the Senior Nerd introduction. Remember that? Remember that?
Oh.
Blue
Yo, because
Yeah.
that's when I came in to watch it. I was like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah, that made me go like, what the fuck?
Yo, because he's on mute. He's doing I'm like, what is going on? Like, I know, look, I got nothing against Senior Nerd. I know he can be a character, but I'm like, this is a lot happening.
I think he was singing a Smash Mouth song.
Yeah,
because-
yeah.
he was
When I
doing
rewatched it the second time, I was like, oh yeah, this is Shrek. But I didn't see
He
the
was
whole
doing
thing.
the, yeah, he was really doing the second tell by his like hit the movements like where he's copying the opening of Shrek and stuff, but he didn't play the music. I mean, I think he was intending on playing the music, but he would get strike copyright by for Max's channel and stuff. Which I wouldn't put it past him because it'd be funny if he actually did that.
That's hilarious.
Well, Max just got his channel back after it was suspended for a week, didn't he?
Oh, really? Is that what happened?
Mhm.
Got suspended?
Yeah, he was suspended for a
Because
week. Yeah.
little movie perp streamed on his channel and the MME channel, and he was showing some violent action, whatever he was showing.
I didn't know that.
Yo,
'Cause I was like,
Yo, because look, I'm not trying to criticize little movie perp, but he got some interesting movies to talk about, like on his
Oh, yeah.
streams.
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know that actually happened because I thought that Max took a break for like a whole week. It's like, well, I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he took a break for a whole week. I was like, okay, and then come back.
But you know
already,
what? I'm gonna give it to little movie perp because you know what? He's a fellow Alfred Hitchcock fan, and you know what? I'm an Alfred Hitchcock fan because that's what I've been talking about on my channel. I know young people haven't been resonating with it, but you know what? I'm talking about cinema right now.
That's
Go, because like no, literally, I love Alfred Hitchcock movies, and it's like I tell you, if I saw any of these studios trying to remake Rear Window or Vertigo, I would literally come in with be on the picket line and be like, "Stop remaking classics."
We're
remake.
a little late
Actually,
on
no,
that.
they actually did remake Rear Window. It was called Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah.
No, that was good. Stop that.
No,
Well,
that was
American-
no. You're right. That
America's-
was a good one. That's one of the few good remakes out there.
Well, he did Cycle, right? That was good.
Oh
Can
yeah,
you-
I'm
can they
gonna
remake
review
The Bird?
Psycho before Halloween comes on. And The Birds. I'm waiting for the real horror stuff before October.
Oh yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's. And what else? The Nun just came out.
Cycle. Oh,
Psych.
Yeah, I had a student this summer who wrote a story about Five Nights at Freddy's, and I was like, "What is going on here?"
Really?
Yo, literally, some of the story. Yo, can I tell you something? Remember the Grimace Shake?
Oh.
I wanted to hang my head against the wall of all the stories I heard about Grimace. I literally banned Grimace with one class. There's a Grimace ban.
A Grimace band. So okay, so let me do this. So if I were to come out of nowhere onto your stream, and then
You want to get banned, don't you?
hold on,
I would never ban Blue Jay.
I know.
and then if I actually and then I'm fucking up right now, but then if I come out of nowhere with a Grimace profile picture on the stream now, would you ban me? And I know DL's already signed right now, so he's actually. Fuck, I'm actually fucking up right now.
DL's probably sick of the Grimace Shake phenomenon.
I didn't even get a chance to try the Grimace Shake, but I heard it's nasty as hell. So.
Yo, someone in the story had me try the Grimace Shake and go to jail for it. Or no, they
It
sent
is
Grimace
illegal.
to jail because Grimace poisoned me. So I got poisoned by Grimace, and the cops arrested Grimace for poisoning me.
Oh my god. What's Thanos? I don't know if it looks like Thanos.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Who?
No, literally, there'd be some kids that would come in. The first thing they say to me is Grimace. I'd be like, "No, sit down. No, sit down. I'm gonna explain the activity. I'm gonna explain the ground rules."
I mean, it's the most famous that any McDonald's characters has ever had in like years, other than Ronald McDonald.
You know what? Maybe we should give. Maybe like, I can see Bob Iger like drinking a Grimace Shake and like being mocked for it.
Oh my god! Can we make a Grimace movie?
No.
Oh god.
Heck yeah!
No.
The first thing that popped up was I looked up Grimace, and the first thing was Grimace in a freaking
There's a
Ferrari.
good reason. There's a good reason they decided to not use the mascots anymore, specifically Ronald McDonald.
Why? Because of it.
I don't know.
That
it's
would be an
because, like,
awesome marketing thing. Those are like if they ever missed
Let me see
opportunity for it. Chapter 1 and 2, get Ronald McDonald's and Pennywise collab on McDonald's so you can make the It meal, and I would eat that shit. The Pennywise meal. I don't know what the fuck that would be. So I don't know what.
Why did they get rid of him? Let's
Be
see.
on it, but it'll be a bunch of ketchup all over the Big Mac.
Oh gosh. Someone wrote a horror story about Ronald McDonald in my class.
What? What is going on?
listen, these are kids that are writing these stories. I'm just saying, I ain't gonna say their names, but
Yeah, but you have Eli Roth in your class?
what? No. I'm just saying though.
Was he the substitute teacher for like one day, and then they were just I don't know.
Eli
No,
Roth, the guy, could not
Hey,
get.
listen. There's been stories about me getting attacked by spiders.
Oh,
This sounds like a TV show. Like they
Yo, like literally, like it would be a TV show.
it
Eli
sounds
Roth
like
could not
daily
get
episode.
Borderlands out.
Like the what show would that be called? Like Georgian kids. I don't know.
The hell.
Oh my goodness.
George
Eli Roth.
George of the Jungle.
George of the
George-
Jungle. You mean the Tarzan knockoff?
I mean,
George of the multiverse jungle.
Multiverse Jungle.
I remember that movie with Brandon Fraser when he was George.
Oh,
the
I
Jungle.
remember that as well. You know, that's a movie. You know what? I thought of a movie. I know what movie one of the movies I'm talking about this October. I'm gonna be reviewing The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
Brandon
that.
Fraser on as a guest. I'm kidding.
No, listen. If I got Brendan Fraser on, that would be so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
I'm trying to see like anything else bizarre about the strike, because like I tell you, it is a depressing thing. But you know what? Like, hopefully
Hey.
this is like eye opening for people. I think
George,
it is.
I don't feel bad for the people in LA striking. At least they get to strike in warm weather for winter. We don't. We're gonna deal with.
Oh
the
yeah, no.
snow.
Once winter comes, forget it. You can't be.
Yeah. So they'll be fine, you know, warm and all that. Where most of I'm pretty sure I don't know where Bougie lives, but I know where George DL lives. We're gonna be dealing with the cold.
Oh yeah, well also like there's been some like Bill Maher that have criticized the strikes, and
Bill Maher's an idiot.
Bill Maher's lost his mind.
He has writers that work for him.
Yo, another thing, like while this is happening, Jimmy Fallon's work environment's been called into question.
Well, I never liked Jimmy Fallon. I never found him funny. Seriously, I never found him funny.
I don't know, are DL Blue Jay, you guys into like talk show hosts or late night hosts?
I never watched those. It kind of I sometimes will watch one like a talk show like for like one of those clips on YouTube. I really don't. I just don't know. I don't find them all that interesting. I mean, if it's movie related, kinda, but I don't know. I never pay much attention to those.
The only good one he doesn't have a show anymore is Conan. Conan Bryan was great. He was great.
Oh yeah, apparently Warner Brothers did use the strike to suspend the J.J. Abrams deal and other deals with writers.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, first thing I said is, wait, JJ still works for WB when he hasn't even came out with anything?
Well, he is. I guess hopefully one of the things that's in production, he's doing a Cat in the Hat film. That's actually in production. It's
What?
It's an animated. So he's producing an animated Cat in the Hat film for Warner Brothers Animation that comes out next year. Shocking, right?
My mind has been broken.
Oh, let me look this up. The Cat in the. At least it's. I mean, everybody's making jokes about how J.J. Abrams hasn't come out with anything, which is true, but
Are you saying
JJ
Cat in the Hat?
yeah, animated.
Don't remind me. Okay, animated, because that Cat in the Hat with Michael Myers.
Oh
creepy
my!
as hell.
That movie gave me nightmares. No.
Yeah, that was creepy. It was creepy. Oh my god, I like. Oh,
I like that movie.
Listen, I like the Grinch movie from Ron Howard. I do not like the Cat in the Hat movie from 2003.
So yeah, so I looked it up. So he's doing a. So yeah, he's producing an adaptation. Well, he's producing. See, this was announced back in 2020, but
Oh my
it's
goodness.
actually still happening. So he's producing some adaptations of some Dr. Seuss books um, for Warner Brothers Animation. So because they just rebranded their animation division, so they have one of the guys from DreamWorks to come in. He's now the president of the company. So I'm hoping for better films from them. So that's my hope, and yeah, that's all we had. That's all we knew. So he's J.J. Abrams doing a Cat in the Hat movie comes out next year.
So apparently, like it's been a bunch of writers, like not just Bad Robots.
I
So
didn't
it's
even-
like Greg Berlanti, Chuck Lorre. Chuck Lorre, I think that was the guy that did Two and a Half Men.
Mm.
You did a lot
I'm
of
pretty
stuff,
sure. I think
Two and a Half
that was the one. I think that
Big
was the
Bang
one
Theory.
when Charlie Sheen. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was the same one that Charlie Sheen was having a feud with when Charlie Sheen got fired and he was doing winning Tiger's Blood. Ugh.
Yeah, when
Oh, no.
Charlie Sheen went really crazy.
Okay, that comes out. Okay, never mind. It's
Oh wait, Mindy
2025.
Kaling. She's the one that created Velma, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not missing out on anything if her deal's suspended. Maybe
What?
that's the one victory I'm going to take away from this.
I mean,
Well, Greg Berlanti is basically doing Superman and Lois. That's finishing up a season 4. And
Yeah,
the,
so Bill Lawrence, John Wells, Mindy Kaling. Lawrence's multi-year pact with his decades-long studio was suspended in May, the week when the strike was into a week. So obviously this is like Warner Brothers. So it's like obviously this is happening while the walls are closing in on David Zaslav. He's losing money. He's getting frustrated.
You know what? He asked Abrams for the money back that Warner Bros. Gave him to produce nothing.
The thing is like J.J. Abrams took that money way before Zaslav came along.
That's true.
So it's like Zaslav's kind of stuck with it. I mean, let's be real here. The DC stuff that JJ wanted to do is never going to happen.
Agreed.
Like, that Superman thing is not going to happen while James
Grimace.
Gunn is doing a Superman project that more
Yeah.
people are excited for.
The Michael B. Jordan Superman is not happening either.
Like, let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out, you guys. So it was nice talking with you.
Yeah, peace out. Take care, Blue Jay. Blue Jay, you want me to share your channel and you got any projects coming up while I post your link?
Let me see. Do I have anything coming up? Not at the moment right now. Oh,
I might head out to the.
yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
well, yeah, I'm
gonna-
gonna.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start winding it down. So, you guys have any final thoughts you want to share as I'm looking for your links?
No.
Mm,
It's the end of the world as we know it.
It's the end of the world. Yeah.
Well, it is the
just-
end of the world. It is.
Yeah. So, for my final thoughts, just pay your writers. I don't know. It's always a very This is a very perplexing time for people. So, I'm just hoping that the studio. Well, I mean, it's gonna be a toughie now because like studios, you got the game actor strike now coming up, and it's just very tumultuous freaking year right now. And next year is going to be even more tumultuous because I'm hoping because
Well, I'm just gonna say, what happens if studios start producing games where they don't use voice actors?
AI.
You know, it's crazy. No, some games don't. Some games, don't always use voice actors.
Which okay, yeah, true. Yeah, true. Like, well, that's because you see like
Yeah.
cheaper, well, not like lower tier, like single A, double A games that don't really use voice actors too much. You know, like what about triple A games? They use a lot of voice actors. So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
it's gonna be a wait and see thing. So all I can say is just pay your writers. It's not like you're losing money at this point. You're gonna be losing a lot more money, and then like yeah, sure, movies and stuff can help you keep afloat a little bit, but man, and there's not many movies for you to come out, and then if you're just gonna come out with shitty movies or just like without no writers, without no actors, I'm like, what are you gonna do? Have scabs coming up and doing it? Come on now.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I don't know. It's I'm hoping for the best though. Hopefully by the end of the year, but we're 3 months away, so I don't know what's going to go down.
Yeah. DL, any final thoughts you want to add?
I couldn't put it better myself. Like the actors and the writers and whatever the video game people and the animators, they all need to be treated better, man. Like these corporations wouldn't be able to get the money that they have if it wasn't for all of them together. So it really shouldn't be a hassle to give these people a living wage. But what can you do, rich people? Like
Really rich people.
I'm really afraid of that they won't come to an agreement, and we're going to be sitting with this strike going into 2024, which will be a disaster.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
Yes.
one more thing, because I do think also that maybe it's not just it's not just the CEOs, it's also the shareholders, because CEOs are kissing ass to the shareholders. They're also the problem too.
Yes, anyways, we're just giving our final thoughts. So yeah, we're concluding it anyways.
Yeah, so yeah, I think the shareholders are also the problem too, because they need they're yeah, it's that's where I also believe. Hope, like I said, hoping for the best. So take care, y'all.
Yeah, take care. Blue Jay, got any projects coming up? Or
Oh yeah. I don't really
this is
have
Blue Jays,
anything.
and this is Blue Jays channel, guys. Please
Yep.
subscribe to Blue Jay.
Yeah, I don't really have anything really coming up right now. I do plan on doing pre-recorded content now because I've been doing like a lot of like mini box office game streams with Max and stuff. And then maybe I don't know about movie reviews. Like, what do we got coming up? We got
September? I don't know.
there's
You
like
got the Nun 2 came out.
I'm not into the Conjuring stuff. I haven't.
The Kenneth
There's
Branagh movie's coming out. The Money's coming out at the end of the month.
there's
Got positive
Expendables.
stuff.
I actually
Expendables.
want to see Expendables. My grandfather likes those movies, so I'm gonna take him to go see that next Friday. I don't know that's enough for me to do a review for those, but I mean, if I want some dumb, the creator,
The
that
creator.
there we go. That's like the 29th. That's a day one for
Oh
me.
yeah, that I'm probably gonna see.
Yeah, I probably might do a review on that. I think it's a very cool looking movie. I might check that out. But yeah, that's all I ever have for now. So I'm trying to like put together my plans and stuff, make it all come together.
Mhm.
So, all right, take care, y'all. You have a good night.
You too, Blue Jay. Aaron, any final thoughts before we start closing out?
Yeah, so this is getting really ridiculous. They're not asking for the moon. Heck, they're not even asking for a country. Okay, they're not even asking for a city. They're just asking for a livable wage to live in an apartment, a house, afford family, to afford rent, whatever they need to live. It's simple as that. It's human decency, and these greedy CEOs of these studios have none. All they care about is green stuff called money, but they don't realize they're losing it. They're losing, and the only people that can help them gain money is the people that are fighting for better things for them, for whether it's healthcare, better salaries, whatever. But well, you know what? They don't care about the little people. That's quite obvious. They'd rather lose money than care about people that are not that are insects to them. Yeah, to them they're insects. And what they're hurting? They're hurting these writers, the VFX artists, because they just got a union at Marvel. The actors, who just want to entertain people, entertain fans, because in my view, entertainment is an escape from our everyday life. Whether it's right, our days sometimes we have bad days, and we just want to watch something to make us happy, and that's what entertainment's about. It's about making us happy. And these studios and these actors, writers realize that. Okay, realize that what entertainment is about escape. They don't care. These people don't care about escape. The CEOs. They don't care about escape. They just care about money. Just, but if they want to lose money, continue losing money. Okay. If they want to make money. Go ahead. But yeah, be, there's a special place downstairs for people like that. Yeah, I went there, guys.
And I already addressed my thoughts about it before, but yeah, it's a sucky situation. And again, even though like the writers, it looks like they're trying to do some kind of negotiation, we're still in the gets worse before it gets better phase with the actors.
Yeah.
So even if the writer strike were to end by, let's say, October, who knows when the actors strike's going to end?
It doesn't really matter, right? Because they would still need the writers. I mean, the actors.
Yeah, exactly. So DL, you got anything coming up on the channel? I know yesterday you had a crossover stream with MME to get to 500 subs.
So guess I gotta try to pump out more content now. Goodness gracious. So.
Oh, you need the hours, right?
I do need the hours.
Yeah.
So that's only half the battle. So I have a lot of Star Wars I need to catch up on. I still need to talk about Bad Batch Season 2, Star Wars Vision Season 2, Mandalorian Season 3, and then talk about Ahsoka when that's over. I also want to do I do want to go in depth with the live action One Piece show on Netflix because it's a good show. Probably have some reviews here and there. It is starting to be a little slow right now. I did just see Equalizer 3. Maybe I'll do a review on that. And I do want to see The Creator as well because it does look interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much what's coming down the pipeline right now.
Okay, subscribe to DL, guys, because DL has gone to 500 subs. So like, make sure like you continue to subscribe to him and keep helping him boost up his channel. And Aaron, you got anything coming up on your channel?
Yes. Tuesday, about 2 hours before episode 5 of Ahsoka drops, I'm doing episode 4 spoiler review.
And hopefully by then I will be done with episode 4 because I actually started catching up. Then I tuned into Max's stream halfway through just to see what was going on.
Yeah, so Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, I'll be doing Ahsoka episode 4 spoiler review. And it won't be long because it might be a longer episode 3 because episode 3 there wasn't really much to talk about. So, but this one is a lot more to talk about. So it'll be longer than episode 3, but don't worry, it won't be an hour or anything like that. So I'll see it. Episode 5. Yeah, I know I'm really, really late. It's like really, really late. Just on the verge of, just on the edge of episode 5. It's like, it's not normal. I'll say that. But yeah.
Okay, subscribe to Aaron if you haven't already. As for me, I'm still going to be reviewing Alfred Hitchcock movies. I do want to review the original Karate Kid trilogy. I do want to see The Creator. I know in October, Killers of the Flower Moon comes out. I want to see that.
That's true.
And I'm thinking I might see A Haunting in Venice.
Oh yeah,
that actually looks really good. And I do like the Hercule mystery movies, even though they can be a bit weird at times, but I enjoy them. So I think I'm going to probably see that as well, especially because this is coming out before Halloween, and I love a good haunting. Oh, yeah, and October is going to have some horror, scary theme movies. I'm not too sure yet. I know I got the Mummy with Brendan Fraser happening. Maybe I'll do some of the Scream movies I haven't reviewed yet. But yeah, tune into what I got happening, and I want to thank DL, Aaron, and Blue Jay for stopping by and helping me discuss not just the strike, but also the bizarre rumors that are going around, the Aquaman trailer finally happening, and other stuff. So please subscribe to their channels if you haven't already. Here's Blue Jays, DL's, and Aaron's. They make excellent content, so please tune into their content. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe already if you haven't. Please share us with someone that wants to hear some thoughts on the writer's strike and other stuff, and might want to see me have some banter with my cousin earlier in the stream. And until next time, take care, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Goodbye.